This episode is brought to you by the Smile Death Lifestyle brand, a small brand trying to live big dreams. With fresh new winter gear that just dropped on the website, check out www.smilexdeath.com for all sorts of swag, stickers, and car fashion accessories. We also just dropped the Smile Death Car Shop Kuroshi collaboration windbreaker. Again, that is www.smilexdeath.com.
What the fuck is up, everybody? It's your boy Damien. Episode 24. Really excited. We have two guests today, and you'll understand why when we introduce them. But first and foremost, I need to bring my right-hand man. Sometimes he's a lefty if I want the stranger, Mr. Chad Chimahowski.
Hello, buddy.
Hey, buddy. How's your face? You look pretty good. I saw we lost James already.
Sure did.
We definitely did.
Doesn't surprise me. Yeah, $5 James freezes in the first 15 minutes. He's not even here in the first 15 minutes. So
$5. What is up, everybody in the chat? And if you're listening to us on Spotify or any other streaming platform, we appreciate you. Please do the good old follow or whatever you have to do on those platforms, because I have absolutely no clue. But anyway, a few things I want to get into before we actually dive into this episode is it is the last day to get the skateboard giveaway that we're doing. Get your name in the running for that. You get here, let me see if I can, even though we're on audio, we got Car Shop Kuroshi One Word Glove Co. collaboration skateboard deck with a pair of One Word Car Shop Kuroshi gloves. So pretty stoked on that. Shout out One Word for supporting the podcast and being just awesome people. Chad, how you feeling?
Couldn't be better.
Yeah?
It's vacation coming up for me, so I have one more day of work, then I'm off for 5.
Wait, you said one more day?
Yeah, I just work tomorrow. And then
that's sick.
Thursday, so I'm pretty stoked about it,
Hell yeah.
I just like not being at work in general.
Yeah, work is dumb.
It is pretty stupid. I just need to be rich.
Yeah. We'll try to figure that out. Everybody in the chat, yes, I did upgrade my camera, and by upgrading the camera, all I did was use one of my DSLRs. So who'd have thunk it that I could do that? But anyway, let's bring in our other co-host. We're not going to talk about what he just dropped today because we don't want to give him a big head. But no, Mr. Lord Shiny Pants.
What the fuck is going on?
Look at his camera.
Bro, you're in the sun.
He is walking in the sun.
This shit is, oh my God, it's so bright. This shit is incredible, right? So I'm lagging so bad because Steam is updating. I gotta pause all the updates real quick. I don't know why. So you're Chad's hey, can you turn the light off behind you? And I'm like, yeah, turn the lights off, right? And I forgot last week my computer wouldn't start, so I was switching the plug around and I switched it to the light switch outlet.
Oh my!
And so it just shut everything down. Yeah.
That makes
God, it's terrible.
Good thing this is an audio podcast.
Yeah, luckily this is for our audio.
My camera's never good, so
no. Yes, polarized media. Oh my God, James did not upgrade. Yeah, he doesn't. But anyway, let's dive into this episode. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do one more thing. Oh, next episode, let's do some cool giveaways and a Christmassy thing.
Christmas? Oh yeah, because it'll be.
I think we'll be
20?
past it. I don't know.
No, we'll be before Christmas. Next week is before Christmas.
Okay. So we're gonna do something pretty cool. And we'll give away James's car.
Yeah. You can fucking have it, man. And my webcam, give that away too.
Yeah, just
not a bad idea. Then it'll force you to get a new one.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even buy this one. Damien bought this one.
Yeah. What the?
Is that your ring light making you like the sun?
And now it's just muting myself. Yeah, apparently.
Also, yes, Steve is saying it's the shine off of James's shiny pants.
Holy shit, that's true.
That is true. All right, so
hey, there you go.
Let's jump into this really quick. And also, I did want to say we're gonna have information. A lot of people are blowing me up about the Assetto Corsa challenge that we're gonna be hosting. We'll go over that in the next visual podcast on YouTube. So if you're listening to us on Spotify or any other streaming platform, make sure you check out the YouTube. We do a more visual podcast where we watch James do really weird stuff when he's half
Yeah.
drunk. Chad puts on a puppet show, but they're
And
actually
kicks his
not
door
puppets.
down.
Yes, hopefully he'll kick his door down.
It's
But
gonna happen.
it will happen. Anyway, episode 24. This is going to be really cool. We have two guests at the same time. They are from Team Auto Shop Defeat, and they always spell it DAFEET because they're both into like foot fetish stuff. But they love feet. But it is both Mandy. Hello, Mandy.
Hi.
And Coy. What is up, Coy? Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, we're pretty stoked. I'm gonna get some music going. I want to set the mood a little. You know what I mean? What are we feeling?
Like a cat guest too, and then like
Yeah.
popped in. I'm like, what
His
the fuck?
name's Nurgle.
What's the name?
Nurgle.
Nurgle. I like it.
Pretty cool name.
It is pretty cool. All right. So welcome. This is a pretty cool episode and a little different. And the reason that we have both of you on at the same time is because you are of a little bit of an anomaly and you are a drifting couple.
Yep.
Which is not very, I mean, it's kind of cool because you're seeing it more and more, but it's still not that prominent. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I wanted to bring you on, talk about a lot of couple stuff, but then also talk to you both individually because I can kind of like, you know, knock two birds out with one stone. So it works really good. Look at the cat just going nuts on you.
Yeah, I know.
Aw,
He's trying to get comfortable.
that's cute. So first things first, I want to know, and this is going to be, so we don't like talk over each other since we have two guests. I'll probably direct to both of you. You know, I'll take lead on the direction. But how did you get started into cars? Let's go to Coy first. What was your introduction into cars?
Okay, so mine was like Need for Speed Underground and the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh,
So I saw like that and Tokyo Drift, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I stumbled upon like Drift Indy, and I
Okay.
went to a couple of those events in like 2012. And then back then they were doing like the MDU Pro-Am series.
oh, yep.
So I went and watched a couple of those events, and then I stumbled upon their blog, and I was like, oh, I can actually do this. Like, this is something that's attainable. So
Yeah.
then at the time I was playing music in like Magic the Gathering. So I
Yeah.
all that stuff, and it's been drifting ever since.
No shit. Wait, first of all, music, what were you doing?
I play guitar, or
Oh,
I played
sick.
guitar.
Yeah, you don't at all anymore.
Very rarely.
Okay. You still have at least something, like one?
I have an acoustic guitar.
Okay, cool.
And then for Christmas, I actually just bought Luna her own like electric guitar, like the
Oh, that's cute.
half size.
Yeah. Oh,
So I'll probably
Can
be
you
playing
two-
a little more now.
Yep.
Can you two play us a song?
No, you're not allowed in there.
Yeah, I can't get in the closet. Apparently, there's a Christmas present in there.
Oh.
Is it a handbrake?
I hope.
You're gonna have two of them.
Yeah, dude, I'd be
Yeah,
fucking-
like
He's
skis.
just steering
Yeah.
with handbrakes. He's not even using the wheel anymore.
No, individual wheels would be sick. Imagine that. You're like skirt.
Wow.
Yo, we can actually. I wonder how that would work. I'm like really curious.
Don't even get into that.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
would just
man.
attach strings to the tie rod points.
Yeah.
Wait, if you reverse it, technically you could counter while you're Okay. Anyway,
Too much.
that's wild. Mandy, what about you? What got you into cars? And when roundabout?
Man, it was like 2012, I think,
Mhm.
and just my friends were into cars, so I kind of just hung around that crowd.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
a
yeah.
great story. That's basically it. And then I went to school to be a mechanic and realized that job sucks.
Mhm.
Fucking for
So-
real.
I dropped out, and then I met a new group of friends that were into drifting, and I went out to No Star Bash in 2018, and like 2 weeks later bought a car, and which was
No
the
shit.
first IS300, and then just went out on track like every Thursday after
Right.
that.
No shit. Now, let's go back. Is this you guys have already met or not?
No, this was before.
Okay.
There's
Cool,
kind
cool,
of an
cool.
age gap between us, so
Yeah.
2012, I was like 13 years old, so
So that's very interesting. That's really neat that it happened that way organically, because I feel like nowadays it's almost more like either the boyfriend or the husband's into it, and then the wife's kind of like, well, I want to do this too. You know what I mean? And that's how I've seen a lot of them come up. But it's really cool that you guys were just in your own worlds, doing your own thing, got into vehicles yourselves, and then ended up meeting. So how did you meet?
He tried to sell me
drifting.
He tried to sell me his car because I was looking for an IS300, and somebody had tagged him in my post. I didn't know who he was, but he knew who I was, kind of. And so he commented. He wasn't gonna sell me. That was the thing.
Yeah, the car was not for sale, but I think it was Kyle Robertson tagged me in her in search of post, so I threw it up there. And then I sent her a friend request, and I stayed in the friend request for like a couple months, I think.
Dang.
Rough.
Yeah, it was rough.
I didn't buy his car either, so.
No shit.
She got some other IS300 and put some like 18 by 10.5 wheels on it.
Oh, dude, it was awful.
I told her it wouldn't fit, and then she tried to lower it, and it didn't work.
God. Yeah, they don't take wheel at all.
It stuck out like this much. It was terrible.
That's like those Minervas that are on like the Instagram posts, like get a free entry in that. I was like, yo, these would be sick in the Verosa, and a bunch of friends messaged me. They're like, that's not going to fit, right? I was like, come on. Yeah. It's like IS3. It's IS. No, not at all. Maybe the Corolla. But yeah, no, IS300s are awesome. We won't talk about that as Coy shaking his head.
But they also get mistaken for Honda Civics.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've even done it too. I was like, oh, there's a IS. All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Sick. So then, how long have you guys actually been together then?
What's 6 years?
5 years.
Almost 6.
Wow. No shit. And then you guys, when you first, you got together, when did you form the first? Is that the first team? Was Terracult, or did you guys have something else before that?
Yeah, so I was on Terracult for a while.
Okay.
And then when I met her, that's when she started to actually try drifting.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple years of her driving, she joined the team.
Nice. That's pretty cool. And then how long was Terracult a thing?
Since 2012. I wasn't technically a founding guy.
Gotcha.
It was like Kevin and a couple other guys, and it was Terror Squad. But back in the day, Fat Joe.
I was just about to say. Yep, I was just about to say you can't.
We got real tired of that. We got tired of that, so we changed the name.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No shit. Because that's where I think I was introduced to both of you.
Yeah.
Was through the team, and I can't remember exactly which vibes that would have been.
I think the first one we drove was 18 or 19.
Okay.
It was that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that. So that's where I was like introduced to you guys, and then started the internet friendships, and then have grown ever since. So then recently, you now have separated from Terracult, and you guys have started Auto Shop Defeat. Where did the name come from? And we're missing one other guy, right?
Yeah. Well, there's one we're kind of trying to get to drive with us also, but
okay,
we'll wait on that.
He's basically on the team.
Gotcha. I know how that works. Yeah.
But yeah, so Auto Shop Defeat was me and Ian going just back and forth with each other, trying to think of a really cool name.
Okay.
And I mean, it took us like 3 weeks to come up with it.
Yeah. Naming a drift team is fucking hard.
Yeah, it seemed like everything we would come up with was like already taken in some way, somehow.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like you and him had this surreal moment. You're like, what do we both love, right? And you're just like, yo, fucking feet.
Yeah.
Is that how it went?
No, I didn't even correlate that until Damien said something about it. He's a real weirdo here.
Yeah, no, we were just both like trembling and sweating. It's feet, dude. I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah. I fucking wish.
He's like, bro,
how can we hide it?
Yeah. He's like, Duff feet, dem feet. Duff feet. That works.
I think Joe changed our name for like Erie events to Duffy too, which made it even worse.
That's fantastic.
No, I'm sure.
For Joe.
Yeah,
that's a good question actually from Darren. Like, what other names were you kind of thinking about? What else was like, okay, maybe we'll do this?
I mean, so we were like trying to stay away from like anything to do with nighttime or something like that. And we were also trying to keep it like short and sweet. So I don't remember a bunch of them off the top of my head, but one that I thought of was like Auto Shop Get. But then it came across my feed that like get.jpn is already like a brand that sells, Japanese parts.
Yeah, there's just so much out there. I think like everything, it's almost like in drifting in general, everything's been done. Like you have to almost like reinvent it somehow,
Yeah.
Or like move stuff around a little bit. Even like, honestly, this is going to sound fucking ridiculous, but I was watching videos today, and videos that like a couple years ago I would be stoked on and be like, wow, look how fucking close this guy is. I'm not even impressed anymore. I'm so desensitized. It's like we can all now drift really well. Like everybody, you know what I mean? Like so many people in the world right now can kill it. So it's almost like I need people to start doing backflips or something.
Right.
Like
real Monster Jam shit.
Don't give James ideas.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
he doesn't need them.
This. I'm gonna Monster Jam. I tried like this past year in Wisconsin to Monster Jam through the middle of the track and do a backflip, but like the car just didn't kick up like I thought it would.
Son of a bitch.
You
have to raise it.
Yeah, it's true.
That's where I went wrong.
Yeah. I can't remember when we were trying to figure out names for the new team. Did we have? I think ours kind of went fairly fast though.
Yeah. I don't think like any other like real big name was proposed.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No.
Like Kuroshi just kind of stuck.
Yeah, we were saying a bunch of dumb stuff, but that's like the group chat, like everybody's private group chat. I wish we could see other people's private group chats. Like, God, like imagine being a hacker. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back and like see the conversation.
It's probably super far back.
Luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You said 2012, or that was Turkey?
That would have been this time last year, actually. I think is when we started everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's pretty new. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought the pink wrap and then we changed to Auto Shop. Like a week later.
Yeah, so this was just kind of like a transitional year.
Right.
So we've got something in the works for all the cars to match and everything next year.
Can we have an exclusive here, or is it no?
It's only for us and 34 people on YouTube.
An exclusive.
Nobody's gonna know.
Right. You cut out.
I don't even know what it is, so I can't help you here.
Oh, yeah.
That's great because I don't know what we're doing next year either.
I just roll with the punches. So.
That's funny. And
I'll let them make the decision.
Gucci's asking, does Kuroshi even have a car shop? The fuck? No, we definitely do not.
Yeah, not really.
We're posers extreme.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly. Fake it till you make it. So, this is something I was always curious about you two. Do you find that, one of the big things I wanted to bring you on is you're both very stylistic. Like you're into, it's rare that there's a couple drifting and then both of you really enjoy styled cars. It's usually like, I don't know, I feel like one or the other, one's in a missile and one's in like a super styled car, or they just don't care at all. And it's
usually American. The girl doesn't have the style and the guy does.
That's true. Yeah. So with you, you're both. You're super into stylistic cars, which is really, really cool and hopefully very inspiring to others too. And I think it is. Where you're from, though, I think your area is naturally more styled up than some of the other areas, which is really nice. Like you guys
more than ours.
Yeah, definitely more than ours.
I mean, it's definitely not like up in Wisconsin. I mean,
no,
they just have it on lock.
Right.
And I mean, it always hasn't been this way, but it's definitely stepping up here for sure.
Yeah, area. I mean, from what I see, anything that you guys post or like just from the area, I'm like, wow, it looks pretty nice. Like people take pride at least up there, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys find that you inspire each other stylistic wise, or do you kind of butt heads on certain things?
No, I think our styles are pretty cohesive. She likes mesh wheels, and I don't like those.
He just yells at me when he thinks I have a bad idea, and then I do it anyways. And he's like, "Okay, this is kind of cool still."
I don't yell.
So I was hoping that for this episode and everybody listening and watching, my goal was to have you guys break up live on the pod.
Oh.
So no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw. I'm just.
He did say in our private chat, he's like, I really want to make him fight.
I did. I was like, I want him to be
really
like,
want to start something.
You're a piece of shit. You
It'll be her.
Oh, good.
Okay, now you're gonna start it.
Yeah, here we go. We've all been waiting for.
Fight.
Yeah. Hey, also, wait, you don't like mesh wheels, Koi?
Not really, no.
Okay.
No, he likes dinner plates.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he
okay.
likes.
If there could be no holes in the wheel, that would be perfect.
Yeah, Coy, you're
Not even local.
Those CCW smoothies.
Yeah, if I could
Yeah,
just
yeah.
put those and like a big nice sticker on the front windshield of my car.
That's funny.
Into it.
I'm not a mesh guy either, even though it drives me out. Mesh wheels are just ugly, so I'm right there with you.
But no, back
Work on a Volkswagen.
like style is like my main reason for driving.
Okay, I
and
like
that's
it.
Like that's what I want to present to people, especially coming from like a musician background.
Mm-hmm.
Drifting is now like my art. So
I
like
love that.
I just want to preserve the idealism that I have for drifting.
Mm-hmm.
So like future people that are just getting into the sport can be like, hey, my car can look cool and be low and still drive decent.
Right. No, yeah.
You're just still learning that last part.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
He can't either. Neither can we.
James.
Literally no one can.
I'm sweating here, brother.
No, that's really cool. I like that coming from the musician side, because it's like most people come from the skate or snowboarding or BMX side, but like I'm also coming from the musician side, and it's an art form. It's expression. So like when you jump into the car, it's the same thing. It's expression. You know, you want to be like you want to show the world, like, this is what I made, this is who I am, this is what I'm about. So it's really cool to see that. Same with music. You know, we're making it and you want people to hear it. You know, that's super cool. That's a neat way to look at it. I like that. Mandy, you always just like pretty shiny things?
Yeah, basically just chrome everything. If the whole car and engine could be chrome, that would be sick.
That would be pretty sick.
I am pretty over the pink, though. I know he could. How much would it be to chrome a whole car?
You got to get that hydrochrome stuff.
That would be sweet. You know, I saw a video this past week of it was like some old Ford truck or something, but it was the full aluminum body, and the dude polished the whole thing. It was wild, and I really wanted to. Crazy, but we're in steel bodies, so
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did and have you always been like fairly like with your cars, Mandy? Like you're keep them fairly styled, like even from the beginning you wanted to have a nice car, or did you start like, hey, just want to drive, get seat time, and then work my way up? Like, how did you do it?
I've always wanted to have a good looking car. I didn't really know how to do it, and it was poor for a really long time. So the first, like, I had a Miata before I bought the IS300. I sold it to buy an IS300. Awful car. It was like primer black, worst fitment ever. It was on some like 15 by 9s. Didn't fit at all. Jeez. But I made it fit, and it had like a white hardtop. I wanted it to look good, but it just, I didn't have the money to do it. And that was the same thing with the IS300. Like, I just wanted to go out on track. So I needed to buy, it was completely stock when I got it. So I needed to buy everything just to get it to drive. And then I was like, I'll make it look cool later. And I did eventually. It took like, I think a year and a half to even get it, the body kit to match the car itself.
Mm-hmm. But it was in your mind. See, that's the part that I like, you know, like most people, and it does like I don't know if it's a trend, but it seems like a lot of people are they just want to drift. And that's awesome because I want them to drift too. But the style part is completely out the window. They just don't think that they ever want to do it. And I like a person that's like, I'm not there yet, but I would love to do this. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate somebody that at least gets it and wants to do that. I think it's really cool.
And it's like, I think, especially with the internet, there's like a certain kind of teenage angst backlash towards style because of the way a lot of style guys like go towards it. To those people that don't care. It's like they just don't understand yet, or they legitimately don't care and they just want to drive, and that's fine.
Yeah, we definitely are kind of dicks to a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Like it's almost like super bullying. Now it's always like heartfelt though. Like it's
Right.
You can tell that it's like in it's also just in fun, but like at the same time, we are assholes. I've watched several like posts just spammed with just us style boys trashing wheel choice, and we do it. I mean, we literally fucking roast cars.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's that like understanding, and it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, that is funny. I mean, it's still all love,
very quickly.
Yes, and then once one person starts the real wheel versus fake or kit debate, and then it just fucking spirals.
Yeah, like I really don't care about fake wheels. I just hate fake wheels with like fake 3-piece wheels. Like that sucks.
Oh yeah. I guess I'd rather see people with fake wheels
than like stocks.
Yeah, or just that's true too. But I'd rather see them not try to make them look real.
Right, yeah.
Like, like the fake, like the ESRs, and they put the TE like stickers and stuff. Like that's just lame.
Very.
But, no shit. What are your personal drifting inspirations now that we're talking about style? I'm curious, like coming up, I'm going to go to you first, Mandy. What inspired you, like when you first wanted to start styling up a car? What were the influences? Was it Koi directly because you guys were together, or was it what you're watching online and just whatever stuck in your head, or Japanese culture? What was your first inspirations of styling up?
I was so far away from any social media, like seeing other people's styled cars. It was all Koi. Like he had that black IS300 before I ended up getting it. Right. So like everything was from him. He would show me different body kits, different wheels, stuff like that. He would send me links to wheels back when they were like $700 for some real 3-piece wheels. Right. And I would just be like, okay, these look cool. And then I would buy them, basically. But I had no clue about any Japanese history of drifting. Okay. We used to watch Crash Kings a lot.
Such a good compilation.
The only thing that I knew, really. So that's basically where it all came from.
No shit. Yeah. And what about you, Koi? What got you like this, inspired early on to kind of mold your style?
I mean, the earliest was, Need for Speed Underground. Like that shit was cool.
The graphics, like that, like 2000s vibe. Yeah.
Yep. And then I just got on YouTube and typed in Japanese drifting, and it was all the old like D1GP option videos, and obviously Haraguchi.
Yeah. Do you still watch like Japanese drifting?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
What
I don't.
Yeah, James doesn't at all.
I don't watch shit.
No. So. James doesn't do anything.
I don't do anything. I don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just like throw on like old D1GP rounds in the background, like all the time.
I just watch Eliter. That's the only thing drifting related that I watch.
He's got the really good length in his videos that you can just put it on in the background and like look up and be like, oh, that was sick, and then keep doing what you're doing, and even like rewatch them, like
yeah.
I like the compilations and the length that he's putting those videos out. Really, Adam Understeer King, his stuff has been really, because he like it's subtitled some of them and stuff. That's really neat to watch. Yeah, he's really good with it, and he pulls some gems out that I didn't even know of. But yeah, Eliter is he's definitely, is that how you pronounce it? Eliter?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah. A leader.
I think we had this conversation before, and I don't know if we ever got to the bottom of it. Yeah.
I met him in Wisconsin this year. And I feel like somebody told me, but I don't remember.
Let's just call him Jim.
Yeah, his name's Jim, right? Yeah.
Wait,
James.
Jim?
Great name.
All right. James, great. Well, I don't know about that, but
my name's Jim. It says it on the screen.
Oh yeah, it does.
Great name.
Wow. That's pretty funny. Is there anything that you two, style-wise, can't agree on? Like, is there something that, besides mesh wheels, we know Koi doesn't like the meshies, but is there something that you guys maybe even butt heads about, like style-wise? Like, when you're trying to come up with stuff for the team or, whatever, is there something where you're like, really just getting at each other? Also do it live and fight. Go. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I can't think of anything. Do you?
No.
Do you know anything?
No. Not that I can think of, other than I guess my wheel choices are bad. But
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah.
What is it that you want? You want like Rezax, right?
yeah, Rezax.
Yeah, that ain't it.
See, I like mesh. I'm gonna jump on your side. I like mesh. I like mesh in 15s and like SSR, like Corolla mesh. Like
That's the worst.
oh, I love them. But I would only use them as drift spares.
So like
would be
small
like my-
mesh is bad, but even worse than that is like double step lip mesh wheels, like the BMWs.
Oh, well, those
15
are
to a 17.
Yeah.
Step limits. You could have left it as step.
Yeah, no, those
Yeah, anything step.
Yeah. How do you feel about like Dayton's? Are you okay with like million spokes?
Yeah, those are sick.
All right,
Fuck
there
yeah.
we go.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Whatever.
anything, if there's just like enough of it, it becomes cool.
Yeah, right. That's funny.
You do like bell bottom stuff though.
Well, yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
You have a Urus kit.
Yeah, I know, but like the BN style stuff, like everything that
here it
Duraflex comes out, it's so bad. It's so I mean, your car looks good. Yours works, but on
can't
most cars,
believe-
it doesn't work.
I can't believe you're saying this.
It's just because the IS300 kit that I had, it was like this. Like the skirts were literally like this. And now I
Okay.
can't unsee it from other people's cars. So I
Well,
hate it.
that was Duraflex,
Yeah, that's what I said.
and the companies that are making kits now, I won't name any names, but
KBD.
Dude,
yeah, they're
They're
just
so
making them
big.
gigantic. And
are they
awful.
really? I
Yeah.
didn't see the latest KBD monstrosity.
Okay, so I have a short story.
Oh, bring it out. If it's bashing, we bash.
Okay, so it was before KBD was like big. It was
Mhm.
V-Crez. I got the front bumper from V-Crez,
Okay.
and I ended up trashing 3 of them because it was such garbage quality. You know,
Oh, wow.
even though they show them like running it over with a truck and beating it with a bat,
Great.
I like didn't do anything. I didn't even run the bumper over, and it was cracking and shit. Anyways, they did like a pre-order for the rear bumper,
Mhm.
and they stopped it because you can't run the stock rear bumper with the JDM one because it sticks out too far.
Mm.
Well, KBD went ahead and lengthened the rear bumper, so it literally looks like a table back there.
Really?
Lord.
Yeah, that's why it looks so huge, just because of
Yeah.
the USDM bumper with the JDM bottom on it, and it's like
Oh.
6 inches long.
Yeah. Their newer E36 kit is insane looking. The
Yeah.
rear bumper is just it's massive. It's like a house. Like it has the angles of like a roof, and you might as well just live under it because it's so fucking huge. It looks so bad.
See,
So-
that's why it needs to be on the ground.
So
Yes.
I will say, a lot of those Miata guys that run the KBD stuff, when they're dragging them around, I'm still mad at it just because I'm like a salty old man, but at the same time, it's like, holy fuck, like just
Well-
to see these things just dragging.
Yeah, I think
So-
the Miata is the most acceptable KBD
that's-
kit.
That
Yeah.
one's
Like
fine.
almost can't tell most of the time.
No,
And
seriously.
on the dumped fucking Miatas, it works because the ground is supporting the whole kit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's got nowhere to stand.
Good.
But like, as much as I love shitting on KBD, let's talk about the Origin drift line shit, right? You want to talk about like bell bottom shit? You
Mhm.
guys see that?
Oh yeah.
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 Yep. See,
I-
and is that double influence? Is that like where we took like BN style and we're like, let's make some kits, and then all of a sudden people start making bad versions of it, which are bigger and bigger and bigger, and then Japan's like, oh, that's what they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
They're like, let's go fucking big. Americans love everything big. Texas, United States. Woo! But anyway, yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how that works. I have to say some of the Origin stuff is, yeah, it's extreme. Bell Bussy. Juan Low, everybody in the chat. Oh fuck. No, that's cool though. It's really neat to find out that honestly though, Mandy, I was hoping you were gonna be like, I was influenced from blah blah blah, and you know, not quite, but it is still neat to find out
Yeah.
that you were influenced from him, and you guys seem to work really well together with styling up your cars and it's very impressive because like honestly, it's hard enough to find like one other person that like you can kind of create stuff with that doesn't like, you know, hate absolutely everything. Like you guys can agree on stuff like, but to find and be able to make a team and to continue to grow and keep styling your cars together is really, really sick and it's admirable. So I'm stoked for you guys.
Thank you.
But we can't know what's going to come for next year, right? Is it a secret?
There's not going to be any black or pink.
Oh, snap.
That's crazy. I've only known your cars to be black and pink, so that's nuts.
You heard it here first, everybody.
How about chrome other than wheels?
Yes. There will be chrome.
So, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Every window in my car is going to be chrome, too.
Oh, you're going full chrome tint?
Yeah.
Nice. I kind of want to do that to my house, just so you can, like, you know, that, like, you ever see that they do that, like, the house windows where, like, it's just, like, a mirror?
I don't think I've ever seen a house with chrome tint, bro.
No, it's new. I'm dead ass. It's just it's their new.
It must be really new.
It's the new privacy glass.
Jamie's just, like, inside. All he does in there is, like, pet his cat, play his piano. He's just, like,
I don't know. I want people to see that, though. Yeah.
No.
Super private.
That's true. That's very private. What about any... I hate you guys. I'm dead serious though. There is chrome. I'm going to show you.
I would love to see it because I don't think it's real.
What? You're lucky. You're lucky we're on an audio pod and not a video pod because I would pull it up so fucking Dad.
Show you his chrome.
Lucky me.
I'll show you. But now you're just going to get it in the group chat. So, Mandy, Coy, how long have you guys been actually driving together? So you started. You're both drifting, right? And then when was the first, like, I consider that like a pretty cool milestone that you both first tandem together? Do you remember? It was because I remember my first tandem with Chad.
I have that shit hanging on my wall.
He's got it hanging.
We also have it hanging on the wall.
Oh, nice. Dude, I never drove with James yet, but
no.
Yeah, I mean, it was what, like 3 years ago?
2021 at No Star Bash.
Cool. Yeah.
Home track, Kilcare.
Okay.
I just followed her because she wasn't spinning out anymore. So
right, yeah. That's a good like moment though when you're like, yo, I'm like getting it. Let's move towards like now somebody else is on the track with me. How did that make you feel, Mandy? Like the first time, were you stressed out?
No, it was sick when I saw the picture because I didn't really know how close he was, but I could hear his turbo behind me, and he was. I think I drove with a few people too during that event, like throughout the day or throughout the weekend, just because people hop in and drive with whoever. But it was sick for sure. I don't think I started chasing him until the following year when I had my G37. I may have done a couple laps in the IS300, but that thing was so slow that it wouldn't keep up even if I tried.
That's sick. That's really cool that you got it like, so you got it posted, like you got the pictures and made a canvas out of them and stuff. Yeah,
it was Sam Eigel, right?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, shout out Sam. Love you.
Oh, that's really cool. Let's talk about Kilcare a little bit. Actually, I'm curious. So that's your local, right?
Yeah, it's 30 minutes from us.
Oh wow!
Imagine, right? Having a
fucking
30
lucky.
Minutes,
just like street drive there and then street drive home and sleep in my own bed.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Same day, it's so nice.
That's amazing. Do they do a lot of like multi-day events and stuff? Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I think it's always like Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes it's Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it made there because if I could drive home or even just not have to trailer all the time. So that brings one, let me I don't know anything. I've never been to Kilcare. And you're saying that, Mandy, you were saying that a lot of people are just kind of jumping in. Is it hot lapping style more so or just very free for all?
Well, No Star Bash is like a party event, so we try to get as many cars through as we can. It's a crossing layout, so we can only run so many cars before we have to wait for everybody to get back to grid.
Right.
But there's no like randy tandies or anything. It's just so close that when somebody's in a really slow car, you can catch up to them really easily.
Yeah, no shit. And that's in Ohio?
Yeah, Xenia.
Okay.
What if someone spins and then is like trying to catch up and then the whole fucking crossover is just death? like in depth.
James, why would you bring that on anybody?
The crossover? No. You got it wrong. The crossover
They
is
jump
the
over.
entry.
No.
I guess that works.
So it's the entry and then like the end, but to get back to grid, you have to drive around. Basically.
Okay.
So that's where it would cross, but nobody's drifting right there when you're driving through.
Have you not driven Killcare on like a Seto or anything?
Nope.
Really?
Nope. No, we should do that. I really like to check out all the other tracks, even like in an AC and stuff, just to get like an idea of how grid's laid out and everything. So like if we ever go, oh James,
My Seto, it lives right here.
What is that?
Another question. Have you all driven a track with a bank on it?
Yes.
Vibes is the only one I've driven.
Vibes. Okay.
Yeah.
But even then, my car's not really powerful enough to get up on the bank.
Chad has never driven the bank.
Kind of a bank.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't really consider like most of the layouts they run there don't use the bank, or you don't have to use the bank. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Killcare, you've got to get on the bank
Really?
multiple times a lap.
Yeah.
So
No shit.
Yeah, that comes out hard onto the bank.
Yeah, it's like this. It's
there's
sick.
like it's almost like a Nico jump up onto the bank and down into the infield at this point, if you're wide enough. So it's either you're wide enough to hit like the Nico jump, or you're in too far to where you're gonna hit a drainage ditch and just total your car.
Good.
Sorry,
Like
James.
drop into a pit. It's like like
There's
when
a cone
Batman
in there.
was created. Okay, that works.
So, is it low car friendly? Because you guys are low.
Very.
I
Okay.
mean,
Is it James friendly though?
Yeah.
Nothing's James friendly.
he
I'm
could
not
make it
James
work.
You just can't drive. That's
Exactly.
It's James.
Heard it here first. James just can't drive.
I literally, we were talking about this earlier. Like, some people just like want to drive. Some people want to have stuff to drive. I just want to drag my car somewhere and hang out.
Yeah.
He literally, we had this conversation, and was that in our group chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about both Rich and him were talking about getting FDRX7s, and I forget where it went, but we were talking about how I've known a lot of people that drove FDs that weren't fans of how they drifted. They worked them, they worked through it, but they're just it's not a really good drifting chassis. It can be, I guess, with a lot of research and development, but anyway.
Right.
And James
Ian has 2 FDs, and he
no shit.
originally wanted to build the FD, and he hasn't been driving super long. I think 3 or 4 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I told him, I was like, don't build the FD.
Yeah,
All the guys that drive FDs I know say they're a lot of work. And he always just tries to be like, man, they look so sick.
They do look so
They
sick.
do look sick.
Exactly.
Well, that's where that's
Derek.
yeah, and he's
Drive him really well.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny because you see some people that are like ripping him and stuff, but then others that are like they're still ripping them, but like when you talk to them, they're like, I don't know, this chassis kind of sucks, and it's really weird to hear that.
Yeah,
But
I think Yansky has strictly been driving that FD since like 2005. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So like,
yeah, it just becomes a part of you at that point, and I think that's probably the deal. Like if you've ever driven anything else and you jump in them, it's probably really hard.
Oh
but if you start with it and stick with it, but yeah, James and Rich were both just in this weird conversation in our group chat about not even what James. You were like, I don't know, I don't even care about drifting or whatever. You're like, I just want to have a cool looking car. That's it.
You can be the cheerleader.
So basically, he's
basically me. Basically what I do.
I mean, kind of with them shorts and shit. Like you.
Oh yeah.
Get you some pom poms.
Yeah.
Right, you should shave your legs for when you wear those next.
Ooh, that'd be pretty hot.
That'd be good.
I like it.
Give the people what they want. You know,
that is what the people want.
Nobody wants that.
I think a lot of people do.
That's true.
I do.
See? There's at least one.
So, Killcare has been doing what's the organization? Is that Drift?
Indy.
Drift. It is Drift Indy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. So, and that's where they do the like at least 2 rounds of the D1 like street legal thing or the Drift Indy. Sorry,
yeah. So it used to be only at Killcare.
Okay. Because I saw this schedule that popped, and it looks like, what is there? Solanu.
Yeah, we're going to USA for 1 round, and then
What did you call it?
Shuanu. I don't know how to pronounce it.
He doesn't normally say it like that.
It's so bad. I was like, is that a person?
I say it. I'll say it different every time just to get somebody's like reaction.
That's with the locals.
Yeah. So U.S. Air, and then Corbin, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Oh no shit.
Yeah. So there's Drift Appalachia.
Yep.
Which there's the back roads of Appalachia, and they were doing like time attack stuff and things like that through the mountains of Virginia and Kentucky, and so it was kind of like a trial event last year for us to go down to Corbin and kind of bring some economy down into nowhere Kentucky.
Right.
So they've got a big like convention center down there. It's like up on top of a mountain. And they have this huge parking lot, and they laid out a pretty sick course, honestly. It was freshly paved, and we had a round of Street League there, and then they paraded all of the cars downtown, and we all hit up some of the bars, ate some food, and then
played the claw machine.
Yeah, played a claw machine.
Nice.
And then, see, after that, a few of the guys got to actually drift on the Toge, the mountain roads.
Oh, okay.
There.
Yeah, no shit.
That's Drift Appalachia. I think that's Derek King and like the Drift Indie guys are doing that.
Yeah,
and
so like,
now.
Yeah, Brian Eggert. Yeah, Eggert's involved, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that looked really, really cool. It's neat to see when organizations start like taking off and especially that. We talked about that, I think, 2 pods ago about how excited we are that they're just trying new things. You know what I mean? Bringing new stuff. Like that was exciting. Like to watch that stuff was really exciting, where I'm watching other people still get super close and I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's cool. Like I get it. But that got me like in my feels again. Like I felt,
alive.
Like a 16-year-old. I felt alive. I stopped cutting. I stopped cutting myself, and I was like, "This is awesome."
Yeah, because I think it was like a couple years ago, Derek actually went to one of their like hill climb events, and him and one of the other breaking guys, I think Michael Tung, they were just drifting it.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So
We have one little area in Reading, which is close to like us, that does like a hill climb thing, and they did a drift thing one time in like 2010 or something like that, and it was funny because the drift cars that were there got some of the fastest laps, which is fucking hilarious, which is wild. But yeah, I wish they would bring it back, but it's not like that. Like the Drift Appalachia stuff looks really good. Like the roads are very smooth. Like what we have is like, picture like the standard Japanese like up mountain where it's just like a long straight turn,
Yeah.
but the turns aren't even that cool. So no, that's definitely neat to see. Yeah, I think that's going to keep blowing up because I've seen, I forget who just posted a YouTube video of it, but it was like maybe Turk, and it's like millions of views, and it keeps getting shared. So people from all over the United States, and I think even outside of the United States, are eventually going to want to come over and do that. So good for Drift Indy. That's really cool. Speaking of Drift Indy, I see a massive check behind you for those that are listening.
All flex.
Big wall flex. You compete in the Drift Indy stuff a lot, or?
Yeah, so
nice.
There's been 10 rounds. I've only missed 2 to go drive final bows. They keep putting them on the same weekend, unfortunately.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
But yeah, the check, I got second place at one round, and then this flag with a 3 on it right here, I got third place at another round.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, hell yeah.
In my low car.
Yeah.
Mach 1J.
All right. Mandy, do you have any like aspirations to do? Have you ever done one of the Drift Indy? Like,
oh yeah, I've done like 6 of them, but I've never gotten anywhere with it. So I actually registered for 2 of them this year. The first one is when I raised my car and broke my toe.
That's why you. Yep.
The second one, I sold to Coy so that he could drive because my car was broken and he had a better chance, and then he totaled his car. So.
Oh,
great.
Yep.
Hopefully it'll be better this year.
Yeah. Don't buy any tickets from her, and you should be all right. That's the bad luck.
I was just being aggressive.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah, no shit. That's really cool. I've never done any like the competition style stuff. Now that looks like a very laid back, chill. Like it's all for fun. It seems.
Yeah.
Is it still like that, or are people starting to get a little bit more? I hate when people get too serious about stuff. I think that is honestly the problem with American pro drifting, is, in my opinion, is that they take it too serious. Do you see a few drivers that are like, they got their moms and dads with pit crew helmets running around doing stuff, or is it still pretty chill? It's pretty chill.
Edgar shuts it down. He doesn't let it get to that point. Yeah, that's awesome. Very, this is street, this is fun, this isn't a competition, it's a show.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Awesome.
That's really good. That's good to hear. We got a comment, and I wanted to bring this up. Didn't Mandy place at the all-female event? Yes, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I got first.
Fuck yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. I saw the pictures because it was, actually on our media podcast, we had the picture of you and some of the girls up there.
Yeah.
Yep. That was really cool.
That was sick. I want her to do it again this year. I don't know if she is. She has different plans to do something else, but it would be sick in the future because we're getting a bunch more girls in. They just need to get to that level. Mm-hmm. And we, like, especially in the Midwest, there are so many drifters near me that are girls.
That's awesome.
To do it again, for sure.
A lot of how many girls were tried at least any of the Drift Indy Street League stuff?
We had one girl named Kendra come up from Texas to do the Corbin. She did Kendra, the toge as well, but other than it's just been us two, really.
No shit. Yeah, that's wild. That's really cool. It's also really neat that you don't probably know it because you do get a lot of, and I'm talking to you specifically on the internet, Mandy. You inspire, even though you probably don't know it, a lot of women in drifting that like clean, good-looking cars. Because I've talked to a few of my friends, and they've always talked really highly on your sense of style and what you're doing. But and then on the flip side, you definitely get some haters, which is pretty funny. But I think you brought that on yourself with some of that stuff. With that
a little bit, yeah.
The Goblin Girl or whatever, yeah. I forget what the fuck. I don't know.
What?
The
Grimace Shake Girl,
Goth Mechanic or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Mini Truck Mommy.
She's a muppet. But anyway, no, it's really cool to see you and styling up, and then doing competitions and stuff like that is really cool too, because it's just. That's very important and I'm sure a young girl that wants to get into this, seeing, somebody compete. Look at that right there in the chat.
I love
Haley
you.
Johnson, Mandy inspires me. That's super cool. No, it's super cool. So I just wanted to say, to acknowledge that, you out there as a female drifting with style is very, very cool.
And doing it well. You're not just fucking up all over the place.
Yep.
You're doing good.
Like I'm there to drive. It's not about like the clout or anything. I just want to learn.
You just want to be a girl with a wrench in your hand, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's one thing that I noticed early on is that you can easily pick out a female driver that's doing it for the wrong reasons. It takes literally like 3 seconds. You know what I mean? You can look through her shit and be like, okay, she's in it for other reasons, even though she still might like cars and stuff. You know what I mean? And that's cool. But you are very easy to see that you're doing it for yourself and just the love of it. And it's really, really cool. Also, I noticed when I took you for the ride along at Final Bout that you didn't give a shit about anything but trying to study my dumb ass and what I was doing. And I was like, don't watch me. I am fucking horrible.
That's all I could see too, because your seat sits so far back. I was like, I'm just gonna watch his hands and his feet the entire time. And it worked too. Like the next event that I went out, I could hear like you in my head. What we were talking about when we get back and stuff.
Okay. That's awesome. No, it's really cool because I think you're probably the first person besides somebody that I maybe grabbed at like if we're doing a clinic and I was like, come with me, like watch the hands, whatever. But like, you're the first person that like sat in and didn't just pull your phone up or anything. You were like, paying attention. Like you were studying. It was fucking cool.
I think that last lap is when I pulled my phone out. Cause you're like, I'm going to take it easy on him this time. I was like, all right, I'll take a video for the one time.
That's so funny. No, that's really cool. And, and it's neat to see, like, because like I love you both have like great social interactions online, like kind of like fucking with people, like making fun of them because of handbrake or making fun of them because of this. Like, it's really cool to see, especially from like, you know, the outside perspective of you guys going at it a little bit sometimes, like making fun of each other, which is really fucking funny too. It's just, yeah, it's really cool. It's refreshing.
I just make fun of myself every chance I get.
It's better that way.
Keeps
it's
me
fun.
humble.
Exactly. There's too many people in drifting, I think, that get big heads, you know? So it's really neat to see people that can just sit back and be like, what we're doing is fucking stupid. It's fun. Let's just hang out with friends and do dumb shit with cars. And you two are basically like that. That's what you guys are. You know, it's fucking rad.
Yeah, it's sick.
Do you have any other hobbies? Do you guys both do anything else besides, like, is it mainly drifting and work?
Yeah.
I'm pretty artistic. I like to draw and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like an iPad and use Procreate. I'm very boomer when it comes to anything with technology though, but
Okay.
I can at least draw on it.
Yeah.
But that's the most.
That's
and
cool.
then I like to shop and spend money where I shouldn't be.
There you go. Standard girly things.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
Just
actually
girl
the same way.
things.
I'm the same way. What about you, Coy? You have any other like hobbies that you're like really into besides? Are you still playing Magic the Gathering? I hope so.
Oh my god.
No.
Are you LARPing? Please tell me you're LARPing.
Is that an axe in the background?
No. I mean, we have our 4-year-old daughter. That keeps me pretty busy.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I like metal art and like black metal and things like that. Just music.
Yeah.
I don't really
Music's always
do anything. I just try to save money.
I sim a lot.
Yeah, but that's just drifting.
Yeah. Oh,
Kinda.
in that category. Yeah. I guess it could be video games. You know what I mean? That's a video game, but
You play other games or just like
I can't keep the attention span for other games.
You play
That's
Mario
right.
Kart and kill
Yeah.
my ass in it every single time because you cheat every time.
Ooh.
No, she's just bad at Mario Kart.
Can you cheat in that?
well, here's the thing. Are you using the slide power-up burst?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, and I don't know how to do that.
Hey,
So
That's exactly. I knew it.
he
I
can't
knew
use it if I don't know how to
Right.
use it.
Yo, let's
Oh,
go.
Hell yeah.
Mario-
N64.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
so
Mario Kart right there.
I have so many hours on Mario Kart 64. It was to the point where I would just sit in my room for like hours and just time trial, trying to beat my times on tracks.
Mhm.
That's pretty
So-
serious.
Yeah. I definitely.
I'm just
I
a
miss,
loser.
Yeah, sick.
That's so funny.
I needed to save money and I didn't have friends, so I just played Mario Kart because it was free.
Do it.
That's perfect.
That's funny.
You ever try RuneScape? Because I'm trying to get off this podcast.
I tried to play.
He always tries
What
to play
is that?
RuneScape.
I tried to play
I'll
WoW,
live stream
and I
right now.
could
Oh,
not
yo.
get into WoW.
Couldn't do it? Damn. All right.
Like way back in the day.
I never got into WoW, but everybody said I probably would like it.
I played
know.
Skyrim and like
Yo.
Oblivion a lot,
Yes, the best.
but I
I
just
thought
couldn't get
RuneScape
into the
was for like
online one.
kids.
Well, we
Is it
were
for,
all
like,
kids
kids?
once, all right?
James is a child
Yeah.
right now.
I don't know any grown adult that plays it.
James does.
You know,
God.
James.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
he's
so.
not really a grown adult. I
Yeah.
did just get done playing Lego Fortnite, which was really
Yo, say
You're
Yo,
playing
it's-
Fortnite?
fucking right. That shit is tight. What
It's
you
really
doing?
good.
We're
I
not doing
can't
it
get into
together?
that.
Oh my
Well, no,
God.
it's basically like Minecraft minus like the creation of like digging it into the earth, and like RPG, like not Fortnite. It's like Lego open world exploration. James, you really playing?
Dude, me and Grayson were just in the caves earlier getting not root to upgrade the village. Like, killing the skeletons.
Can you not say that sentence ever again? Oh my god.
Me and
All those
Grayson-
words. Yeah, all those
Grayson and
words
my
don't make
buddy
any sense.
We're doing like Battle Royale yesterday. Like, I'm sitting next to him on my bed. We're both on our switches. You know, it's sweet.
Well, I guess I'm jumping into that. So
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. See, I thought it was just
Oh.
Fortnite. Just Fortnite. I didn't know it was
No.
like a whole different game.
I didn't
I didn't know until 2 days ago. And Grayson's
Yeah.
like,
Because Rocket League now has racing. that they released with that too. That's like a Fortnite Rocket League racing thing, and I thought about playing that, but I don't know. I also thought it was just Fortnite.
Too much. It's too stimulating for me.
Yeah, you just like to chill. Put on some. You just like to chill by putting on some black metal and just like
really relax.
Really just relax.
Yeah, full blast.
No, so there's like really like drony, like repetitive stuff. She hates it.
Yeah,
I like Midwest emo too.
It.
You hate Midwest emo for sure.
What is Midwest emo? Let's call it.
So it's kind of like math rock, but
fuck is
emotional. You don't know what math rock is?
Dude,
Okay, give a band name.
So is it like if Dillinger Escape Plan was all wearing like button ups and like, well, actually they do wear button ups.
Yeah. So like,
turtlenecks.
You know American football?
No.
Man, what?
Yeah.
So, it's like an open tuning basically.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like Dance Gavin Dance? I think you know who Dance Gavin Dance is.
I know who they are, but I don't like them.
Yeah,
James.
So like
I'm into it.
Like the tweedly riffs that they do.
Okay.
Tweedly.
Yeah. That's like what
so
Midwest emo is, but it's
over and over again.
clean. It's clean. It's like sometimes yelling vocals, but most of the time just like whining, singing.
Okay. Is it? Wait, hold on. Mandy, and I'm not trying to poke fun here, but did I see you always post something? Is it that Hot Mulligan band?
Yeah.
Okay, that is hot garbage, in my opinion.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Because you're old, you don't understand.
I love you. I am very old. No, I am very old.
So that would be like your more mainstream kind of like pop punk-ish take on like Midwest emo.
Okay.
I like the softer stuff like American football, Empire is really good.
So I like talent in music. So coming from like a tech death metal band, like I like to hear like when a guitar player and a drummer, I like the math idea of stuff. So you have me kind of curious because if they're using like weird time signatures and stuff like that, oh man, everybody's mad at me. Brian's in the chat. Damien is hot garbage.
I got everybody on the Hot Mulligan. So
I actually never heard them until not too long ago. Somebody posted something and I was like, well, I see everybody posting about them. I got to check them out. And it was like one click and I was like, nope. Next song, nope. And I was like, I'm out. But I have very specific tastes in music.
Later, check out Tiny Moving Parts.
You have to send that to me because for sure I will forget it. And I never ever watch these podcasts over.
Don't do that to yourself.
No, I can't stand myself anyway. So I am hot garbage. Yeah, I wanted to throw them there since we were talking about music. It reminded me that I had to give you some shit, Mandy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Anyway, let's get off music here because we have more drifty stuff to talk about.
Ew.
I know, right? I don't like that stuff.
James is so against all of that.
I hate that shit.
He's a dance kid.
Also, I believe is this your mom in the chat? Because this is very cute, by the way.
No, it's not.
It is not.
I texted her and asked.
Okay. So we got a comment. Mandy is very humble. She needs more confidence in herself. I'm hoping as she progresses, she will have just a touch of self-confidence. These guys both rock and live and breathe drifting and style. That's awesome. It's very, it's very cool. Very inspiring. You got people. Yeah, look at you got Tiny Moving
Mars.
Yes.
Fuck Mars. You got if the snare doesn't sound like a trash can, I don't want to hear it. That's pretty funny. That is pretty good. My old band actually, I played secondary. I did vocals, but I did secondary percussion, and we used the trash can live for backup stuff, which was hilarious.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think very Slipknot-esque, even though I don't like Slipknot. But anyway, I was curious. This is another curiosity of mine. Did drifting and events ever, or anything in the drifting, sense, get complicated with you both being in it and both from the same household, where you could go but she can't, or something like that? And how does that work out? Do you have any moments that you can bring up and you guys can fight about on the air?
We used to fight a lot. I didn't listen to him. with drifting at all for probably 3.5 years, up until like a year and a half ago, really. I didn't care what he had to say. Like, he would tell me it and I would forget it immediately, and then somebody else would tell me the same thing and it would stick with me, and that drove him nuts.
Oh, I bet.
With every couple, any girl that goes out to the track, I'm like, kick your boyfriend out of the car. Don't let him be in there. You guys are gonna fight. It's gonna suck. You're gonna hate it, and then you're never gonna want to come out again.
Right.
It just like, it's not a good dynamic when you are learning. But with events and stuff, up until this year, we have driven every event together.
Wow, that was one of my other questions. No shit.
Yeah, it was the all girls comp, and then Street League down in Corbin. We both drove individually.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did a learner's day up in Jackson, Michigan, that James was at.
Oh yeah, I remember James magically being.
Yeah. I was like, "Yo, let's check out this track."
That's so funny.
But also with just like coordinating the events and getting there, it's nice having two heads like gathering supplies for the events.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
But I mean, on top of just getting both of us to the events, we have a dog that we have to drop off to a caretaker. We have to find a babysitter for Luna. It's either her godparents or my grandma most of the time. And I mean, up until this year, we weren't trailering to events, so we just hopped in the cars and go. And she was really bad with like anxiety. So like any sound she heard on the car, we had to pull over and check it out, and that really ground my gears. But half the time it was like valid concerns. The other half was like, it's a drift
my
car,
exhaust always falls off. Every trip that we took, my exhaust would fall off. Anytime I street drive, it falls off. And then I've also built a new car every year for the last 4 years of me driving. So anytime we do street drive events, I'm like, man, this thing was thrown together and half the bolts are probably loose, to be honest.
Right.
So it's valid when I hear something, it's probably wrong. I'm a bad mechanic.
Same. I think we
are all.
And I make her work on her own car.
Yeah, he doesn't. That's one thing too I see a lot with couples that drift. The boyfriend always works on the car. And I always try and tell these girls, like, if you can't do at least the bare minimum, change your tires, your oil, do all your bolt checks, everything like that, you shouldn't be drifting, because you can't rely on him to do everything, because it's a lot. I mean, he doesn't want to do it to his car alone.
No, sure.
I mean, none of us want to work on our own cars.
No, that's a really good point. That, and like you said, kicking him out of the car, I know that can be a pain. We do it at clinics all the time. The boyfriend's there telling them what to do, and it's like, dude, who are you? First of all, like, do we even know that you can drift? And usually they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, it's like, what are you doing? It's so much better. But yeah, I'm sure that could be frustrating to hear. You're like, I just fucking told you that.
Oh no, dude. So she was at a clinic like when she was first learning, and I was like, you're not letting go of the wheel. You need to let go of the wheel when you enter. Reese Marin, he runs a drift school out in PA. He told her, let go of the wheel. Next lap, she lets go of the wheel. And what do you know? She's drifting.
You have held this over my head.
That's so funny. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, that's how it works, though. I mean, it's your significant other, like, you know, you're with them all the time, you know, so you're like, it's kind of like, blah, 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 you know, just in one ear, out of the other. It's kind of
he's just talking.
Now I understand, though, since it, like, everything's pretty much clicked. If I need help with something, I'll actually listen to what he has to say, or I'll make him show me it. It took like 4 years. It's fine.
It got to a point where I was just like, I've told you everything. You just got to figure it out now. She'd be like, well, what am I doing wrong? And I'm like, you just got to figure it out. You just got to drive.
Yeah, because no matter what you said, it's
And we didn't have clinics. When I first started driving, clinics were not a thing. It was you go out to the track and you learn yourself.
Yeah, no shit.
So the whole first year, yeah, they do them now. They do 3 of them locally, and then I think like Erie does one. I think they do 2 of them a year. US Air starting to do them too, so they're more friendly with it. But we had Thursday night testing tunes without rules and restrictions. We would just kind of go out there and do what we wanted. There was no like grid or anything like that.
Yeah, so a few years ago they started allowing, because like there's a drag strip connected to Cocaire, so they do test and tunes for the drag cars every Thursday. And occasionally they would do it for like the circle track races, which they haven't been doing, but they're starting to do it more.
Right.
So they started allowing drifting on the Thursday night test and tunes.
Yeah, because ambulance is probably already there. Like, stuff. Yeah, it makes sense. That's awesome.
And I mean, like when they first allowed it, we would grid up on track, and you were able to do tandems. Well, they've kind of reined it in now, so you can only do solo laps.
Yeah.
So we didn't know how good we had it.
Right.
Until it was gone.
Yeah. That's crazy, though. That's really cool. I miss, like, drift days that aren't on a weekend. Like, like you don't see that anymore. Like Club Loose, when I first started getting into it, had Wednesday nights, and they were so crazy. Like,
do they still do the Friday night drift parties?
I think so. Club Loose does. Yeah. But that's still like a Friday night. I mean, like during the week, you know, like it's wild. And the Wednesdays were crazy.
For that. I wouldn't be able to handle that. I'm in bed by like 10 o'clock every single night.
Tired.
That's funny. Well, it's nice having the track only half an hour away. That's really
yeah. I mean, I would leave from work and then just go straight there, and then come home at like 9:30, and it was only $20 to drive.
Oh my god!
4 to 5 hours.
I'd be there all the time. That's
like
so cool.
8 to 10 drivers. there wasn't like 100 of us hanging out.
Too.
Now there's a bunch of people that go because they've learned about it, but
now the whole world heard. No.
Yeah, it was definitely not on social media, which helped a lot.
That's pretty sick. No, that's super sick. Actually, there was another track out towards, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. We'll talk about this off the air, because there's a track that I know of that's out somewhere, and there's no media from it, and they do drift events and stuff, or at least they used to, and it looks like a rad track, and it's out. I don't know if it's out your way, but it's definitely in that state. So yeah, we'll talk off the air about that, because if that's a thing that they're keeping hidden, that's pretty rad. But no shit. So now you said something about you guys were driving to the tracks. Now you're starting to trailer, or did you just get the trailer setups? And do you both have trucks and trailers? Or like, that was my next question. So like with the whole, you know, issues that are arising with both of you doing it, how does something like that work out? So if you have to go to US Air, let's say, and you're both going.
Okay, so I had always had like really crappy daily driver cars. So I had like a G35 that was on max speeding rod coilovers with like 250,000 miles on it that burned oil. So I sold that, and I like financed a truck. It was the first car I financed in like 10 years. So I got a 2015 Chevy 1500. So
okay.
It's like enough to just pull my car on a trailer, you know?
Right.
Because truck prices are insane.
Yes, they are.
And then shortly after that, we got her, a 07 1500?
I don't know, it's like an 08 or something. It's old, and it's a POS, but it works.
It works. That's all that matters.
Most of the time.
Most.
I bought it from a dealership, but it was off Facebook Marketplace, and it was 2 hours away. And every truck was on like a dealer's lot. I didn't want to pay the fines for it, so I was trying to find somebody that was just selling it outright. I drive 2 hours home, and it has a blown head gasket.
Oh no!
With a broken head stud. So 3 days before Vibes this year, we called some guy out to extract the bolt while I was at work, and it was like $300 just to have him come out and take the bolt out. And then me, Coy, and one of our buddies, Justin, helped us like replace the head gasket really quick, because he does it for a living. He works on these trucks for a living.
Yeah,
so
shout out
crunch time.
Shout out J-Dubs.
But I didn't plan on towing at all this year. I planned on street driving the G37. I didn't end up like getting the 240 was just random. I was trying to sell the IS300 for a tow rig, and then
it was just a deal of a
so
deal.
I was like, yeah, I'm getting rid of this G37. I can't street drive this 240. It sucks.
Yeah, got you. Oh, so that's the reasoning. I didn't know that. Okay, I was gonna ask too, because it seemed like you liked the G. You're doing pretty good in it, right?
I wrecked it a lot.
Yeah. It drove good. It was just ugly, and she kept wrecking it.
Did the G drive better than the IS? This is me trying to start a different fight.
Different fight.
Absolutely.
It was the throttle was just like this, and it would just drift. It was so boring, though.
Yeah, that is one nice thing about torque, right?
Right.
They really have it. It's wild.
And it had a handbrake. The IS 300 never had a handbrake, which was a struggle in that car.
Well, it had a stock handbrake. She's just a girl and couldn't pull it up.
Oh, okay.
I used it.
I guess.
Did you learn your love of handbrake from Coy? Just abusing his? Or?
No, I actually flamed him a lot for it. For using it so much. And then now I use it just as much.
Yeah, once you get it, right? Then you're like, oh, I get it. It makes sense. That's so funny.
But no, so we have trucks. We don't own a trailer.
Okay.
We don't really have anywhere to store a trailer at our house because we live in like a little township. But my uncle has like a open deck race trailer that we borrow.
Nice.
And then there's a company in like Hillsboro, which is like 45 minutes from us, that rents trailers out, and they give us a pretty good deal.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I think it's like $200 for 5 days.
Wow.
We're buying one this year though, so
yeah,
that's like the goal.
100% buying one.
Okay. You're gonna just find a place to store it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one.
Oh,
we have a place to store it now. We have to pay, but it's not
actually, we're actually getting help from a shop called RD Customs. That's like 10 minutes from us. So if you look up RD Customs Ohio on Instagram, Ron Floyd runs it. We could probably store it at the shop there with him.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah. I think I pay for my storage in my trailer too.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yep.
James just steals work.
Yeah,
ones.
I was listening to him doing
That's why. Yeah, but it's the best because you never know what trailer he's gonna have. So it's either like this overly sized one that could fit a tank, and then it's just like this dump 240 on it, or it's just like a normal like other equipment trailer.
He just looks rich pulling up to the track, and none of it's it.
None of it. Literally none of it.
Just the piece of shit Japanese car.
And on the back of it.
All the wheels, tires.
That's pretty funny.
Do you even pay the gas to take it out there?
Yeah. Come on.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I don't think he actually pays that. Let's be honest.
We get him fired.
Yeah, right. Someone's gonna for sure listen to this podcast if he works with me. Like, well, no more taking that trailer to Wisconsin, that's for sure.
My boss is about to text me like, actually, don't come to the Christmas party tomorrow.
Yeah. That's cool.
Man.
Yeah, trailers, it's wild. I love trailers. As much as like I miss street driving, the freedom to be able to drive your car extra hard is really cool. You have that in the back of your head. But at half an hour, I'm sure like if something happened, they wouldn't care if like you left it outside the gates or whatever and came back and got it eventually.
Yeah, it's too much work to load a car up just to go down.
That's what I'm saying. Basically. Yeah, you guys have it made there. That's awesome. But yeah, fuck yeah, that's cool. I was always curious like how that's gonna work and how. If you're splitting it, if you're like, okay, well, you're street driving this time, or like back and forth or whatever. So
no, it's 2 trucks, 2 trailers. If I somehow came upon a lump of cash, I would get a 2-car aluminum trailer.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Just so like a 1500, or if I get a 2500, it'd pull in no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have big truck money.
Yeah, no, they're a lot.
So like the cheapest option was 2 trucks, 2 trailers.
Yeah. Do you kind of work independent, like, loading and just taking care of all your own stuff? Or do you work as like a team together to make sure like everything's like you're packing, this, and this, and she'll pack this, and this, or like, look, she's smiling. She kind of has like an evil smile. So did we strike a nerve?
I pack everything.
Oh, nice.
He loads the heavy stuff up in the truck.
Okay. Yeah.
She just packs so fast.
It just doesn't give you a chance to pack.
I'm like,
what do you mean?
Yeah.
You just don't see it because you're a dude.
Yeah, I have like really bad tunnel vision and ADHD, so like I'll be doing a thing and then I'll see something else, and then it'll take me like an hour and a half to load up a toolbox, and it'll take her 20 minutes.
And he's like going through and looking at all of the sockets and cleaning them off and putting them back. I'm just throwing all that shit in there.
So do you have? That's funny. Do you have? It's funny because normally women have like a very like they're kind of specific and have like an attention to detail. You know what I mean? Like when they're packing stuff, it's like this, and they'll have like a checklist and go through it.
No. I do that. It's organized. Just the toolbox gets destroyed the second we get to the track, so I don't even mess with it. Like all the stuff's in there, and we try not to take it out.
Right.
And the beginning of the year, I go through everything, all of our spare parts, and everything's in bins too, which makes it easy. They don't come out of the bins unless we're replacing things.
Yeah. It's nice to stay organized. It's really hard though, because like you said, as soon as you get to the track, everything's fucking whatever happens.
Yep.
No, that's funny. No, that's cool. Yeah, how convenient. Oh man. You packed everything already?
Oh no.
Damn, I was just about to do that. You just beat me to
it.
I guess I'll load the cars.
Yeah.
I load my car. What?
You still like working as a team, but like you're fairly independent. Like when you get to the track, are you very independent too? Like you're just doing your own thing, or do you have like that feeling of I want to make sure that he or she's okay as well? Like how does that work? How's that?
I mean, it's because we mostly do events with just the team, so there's always that team cohesive dynamic of we need all the cars on track,
right?
But like eventually if it's like little piddly stuff, or like she's getting anxious about something that I don't really think is a problem, I'll just let her deal with it,
right?
But I mean, like if we're because when you're at a drift event and it's hot, there's also like the mental health aspect and your physical health of like staying hydrated and things like that, so like I'll let her cool off and change her tires or fix something on her car, and she does the same thing for me. So
yeah, it's basically like team. You're like a team within a team, which is actually really cool too. No, it's super neat. Has any like big Albert with the hydration is key.
Drink your fucking water.
I'm screaming at everybody at the track for that and throwing bottles at people.
I dehydrate like crazy at the track. I just don't remember or care. Yeah. I'm just like, well, I'll be fine until the day is over. And then I'm like, it's like, especially a final bout this year, it was like the last day was super hot. And by the end of the day, I just felt like dog shit.
Yeah.
I end up with at least 4 to 5 half-empty water bottles in my car by the end of the event. And then I'm like grabbing them out from underneath the seat, trying to find them and throw them away.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody to like remind you to drink water, because it's to eat too. You'll instantly forget. You get super excited. Yeah, that's why I think like Rich has CAC usually, and she's like the track mom, and she's always like, you gotta eat, like she'll run around. It's nice to have somebody with that's like, paying attention to that stuff while you're doing all the other shit. Yeah. I want to get one of those like helmets with like the straw thing. Do you ever see that? And then like, the cooler in the back.
Me too, but it's just
a beer helmet.
The least hydrated person at the track always.
We were at PRI. What was it, last weekend?
Oh yeah, I saw you guys.
Race Tech had this seat that had like a hookup for like an air hose with like an ice box.
Ooh.
And then like Stillo has the helmets with the hose hookup. Like, that would be
but that seat was $1,800 for
but that gets sweaty.
Yeah, I would
just some ice packs. I don't know what to tell you.
That's so funny. So besides like, you're packing, you're doing all that stuff. This is another thing I gotta know. Has drifting caused any, and this is not even to do with packing, I'm just on a tangent. Has drifting ever caused any major fights between you two?
What are you with fighting?
Yes.
I'm just really curious.
He's really digging.
Yes.
Trying so hard.
And do you think you could air it out for us right now?
Yeah,
Real quick, close the door and kick it down. See what happens.
Oh,
See if that starts a fight.
No, I mean like the toolbox.
Cadwall.
What?
No, it's fine. If you want to kick the door down, I don't care. It stays
Nah,
open
that-
24/7 anyway.
That.
There you go.
It's a cat's door.
Oh.
I think earlier on there'd be like events that she wanted to drive that like wasn't very pertinent, and I would be like, "Why do you want to drive this so bad? Like, I'm not driving it. Nobody else is driving it."
Yeah.
We would fight about that, and then I get really upset when like tools go missing or they all just jumbled in the toolbox or things like that.
You're sharing a box and everything, right?
Yeah. So I'll get upset with her about that.
Are you OCD with that stuff?
Okay, but they're
No.
my tools too. So
Here we go.
No,
I
they're not
bought
all
them.
your tools.
90% of them are mine.
The main set is mine, and shit's broken. The impact's mine.
See, I told you. I can't wait.
Hold on.
She's holding it in. She's holding it in.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Damien's a
our
bad person.
I'm
I've had this
horrible.
shit since
I
high
love
school.
Hey, our jack started failing, right? The main jack that we use.
Is that your jack or her jack?
James, don't. I'm
It's
scared.
definitely mine.
Our other spare jack is still in the garage. Anyways, she goes to Harbor Freight, buys a jack.
Which one? What'd you get?
It was like it was a
The
floor model
aluminum? The
too.
aluminum one? Or
No, it was
like
the cheapo one, low profile, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a 3-ton jack.
But it was a floor model, so it was only like $85.
Yo, sick.
And she like
Ew.
came in. She came in the house. She had to do something. She's like, "Go get the jack out of the back," because we were getting ready to leave for an event. So I get this jack out. The handle won't turn either direction. I can't get the handle out of the damn thing. I was out in the front yard like 15 minutes just pissed off.
Okay.
I come in, I'm like, did you even check this fucking jack or did you just buy it? Like,
that's so funny.
I rolled it out too because it was out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just took it out. It had no
Yeah.
screw in it. We were running late
yeah.
to the all girls event, so I just and the
Mm.
lady was like, "You really should buy this," and I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. Just put it in my truck right now."
Yeah.
And so, like I wasn't checking anything, but that jack saved my ass because we used it like 7 or 8 times when we were at this event.
Yeah,
Before comp.
she kept breaking the car that event.
Oh.
And like they were doing the drivers meeting right before the comp, and I had to like replace all 4 of her drive shaft bolts and nuts.
Oh, jeez.
While I was in the driver's meeting.
Yeah.
That's love right there.
Explain that to me. How do you lose every single? And it's not
Oh,
like
they were gone.
broke.
Yeah,
they were gone.
missing.
People were finding them on the track, and like we had to go buy some. She lost all of them. I don't know how.
Because I'm a bad mechanic.
And it didn't like fall out of the
No, it
car?
fell out.
It fell out.
Mid-drain.
Really?
okay.
Wow.
And like the
Yeah.
flange was all messed up, so I was underneath the car with like a angle grinder, like trying to fix the flange diameter, so it would.
Right.
Yeah, and then she
Oh,
won.
shit.
So
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, imagine if I would have lost, like knocked out first round.
That
Not
was-
did
worth
all
it
of
at all.
that.
Yeah,
that would have been
yeah.
really lame.
Yeah, it
Like
would
the
suck.
car worked too. It didn't work during practice. It broke every lap during practice. I think I got like 5 laps in. And then after practice, it was fine. And I drove all night long. I probably did like 150 laps
Jeez.
the rest of the night
Yeah,
and didn't break anything.
that's funny. So at least the jack was there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We needed
Yeah,
it.
I was real mad.
It was worth it. I wish I had the ring camera footage from that.
Yeah.
Oh man. See, the only reason I ask is because you guys, you know, you're living together, you're together all the time. So I'm not. I just think it's funny. Like I feel like stuff would be happening. So like little fights that might be really funny about like a silly wheel or something. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
Oh
have to pop up. I'm not really trying to be a dick.
Kind of.
No, I mean I like the tea. You know what I mean? We're
Nah.
getting the tea, so
I
it's
mean,
just really funny.
we we have our fights
every couple
here and there.
Yeah, I
She's
just think
really stubborn, and so am I. So
so you butt heads. Yeah. I just think it's really funny because I'd love to hear somebody screaming about like SSRs. You know what I mean? Like I just think that would be really funny. Like I just have this vision of like your offset's fucking weak. You know, like, and like
no, he screams at me because my wheels aren't chrome.
Oh,
and she has it in her head that she has to get some other wheel.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I've had them
just
for 5
polish.
years.
I was like, just polish yours, and you'll fall in love with them again.
Nah,
She's like, no,
I
I
bought these
need new
things for
wheels.
$700 off of Benny back in 2019. Like they've been on every car that I've owned. I want to get rid of them.
No, you got to keep that streak alive.
Keep it going. Just keep them in the background. You know what I mean? Pull them out every now and then.
I know a polishing guy, as I've said before.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, and then FedEx loses the wheels or something.
I only ship
that would be my
UPS.
luck.
Really? So I always get scared of that shit. Shipping wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you ship 4 wheels and one gets lost. You're like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Oh, that would suck.
And this time of the year would totally happen.
Yeah, this is definitely not the time to ship stuff.
I don't. Someone just sent me a valve cover, like right before the podcast started. Sent me a tracking number, so hopefully it shows up.
They seem to be on the ball though, because like I ordered stuff from a bunch of companies and shit's coming early. Like they're definitely like they got people hustling and bustling. You know what I mean?
You don't get stuff every day though. I deal with shipping and receiving every day at work. It's not as good as you think it is.
Yeah, that's how it was at my old job. We would get tire orders in that would take weeks to come in, and we would only have 3 of them.
Yeah,
and they'd
I had to find an extra tire today actually. Yep,
they'd be gone.
True.
Yeah, Jesus.
My life.
I even seen a bunch of like UPS and FedEx guys in U-Haul trucks lately, like through the neighborhood. Like I guess just
UPS has been dropping off at my house in this like brand new 2023 Chevy Tahoe. It's the same guy every time too.
Yeah, that's funny. You should steal it.
Right.
Right. Just jump them.
Like they're paying them good.
Maybe, hopefully. They take a lot of shit, I feel too. Do you guys, where do your goals align? So I'm sure, you know, you're having conversations about future stuff and what you want to do with the team, what you want to do personally. Where do you guys fall in line? Like, do you have like separate goals? Like Coy, do you want to do more of like competition stuff, or, you know, Mandy, you want to do whatever? Like, where do you fall, you know, in line with that stuff?
Do you want to start, or you want me to start?
You can start. That's fine.
Okay. I mean, I kind of just want to keep doing what I've been doing. Just driving like the small tire competitions here and there.
Yeah.
But mostly it's just like team-oriented stuff. I want to drive with the team at these cool big events. I think my main goal at this point is just get to final bow.
Okay.
I've done the special stages. I want to just get to the big one. And yeah.
Still do some of the little comps and stuff. You still like in between. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just want to keep it fun, and then but like mainly team orientated. I like that.
Team oriented, fun, and just like not make it too stressful. I definitely don't want to overbuild my car to where I can't afford to drive it, because I'm almost at that point now with it being a stock 1J. So
eating tires?
No, just finding Cressida parts. The body kits are expensive.
Right.
If I do blow up the body kit, it's like 7 months out. You know?
Yeah.
So
no, I feel that. What about you, Mandy?
My like goals change every year, but I want to get better as a driver.
Okay.
Because I've been driving for so long, but it doesn't seem like I've been driving for so long, especially compared to these new guys coming in where they're just like off the bat shredding and on doors, and I'm not there yet at all. But I'm getting there. I need to stop changing my cars up for sure.
Do you play sim at all?
We don't get her started.
So much. I hate it.
Oh man, because that would help the fuck out of you. I know it helped me. That sim taught me how to drift for sure.
It's awful. The worst thing ever.
Sim is a very good tool.
I'd rather spend $2,000 to go drive every weekend to get good than play sim.
That's so funny. That is like the kids coming in. They really are.
Yeah.
I think they're coming in fast because of the sim, but I think there's a big difference between never drifting and starting the sim and then jumping into the seat versus being in the seat and then trying to jump into the simulator. There's a definite. I mean, I've heard that a lot where actual drivers are like, it took me a long time to get over the not feeling the car move and stuff like that, because you get so accustomed to that with your driving. So that's probably part of your problem with the sim is you've already been driving, where these up and comers are just like video games, and then they jump in a car and they're like, oh, it's just like the video game, and you're like, fuck, why are they already tandeming?
Right.
Yeah. No, keep at it. I mean, you're killing it. So
I want to get a lot more girls out to the track too that feel comfortable enough driving with them. Because it's so much fun to drive. The last event was I kind of just showed up with my car and went out on track. And I drove with every girl that was there. And it was the most fun. Better than driving with any dude. Yeah. Honestly.
Well, dudes suck. We're all horrible.
Yeah. True. Horrible men.
Horrible men. No, that's awesome. I bet you that felt really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like super inspiring and just get you motivated. Yeah, fuck right. So what? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Like Clint said here in the comments, you got to put 20 hours on the sim before you can link the track constantly.
So true.
Yeah, I ain't got 20 hours.
I do. I tell her so often, like, you have not put enough time into this to get it, because she'll put like an hour in here, an hour in there, and it's like it took me like a month and a half to actually like get decent enough to where I felt almost as good as driving a real car.
Yeah, so is it like 20 hours straight? I've definitely got 20 hours in this shit.
Yeah, I've got 20 hours in too in the last 5 years.
James,
I just don't have the patience for it, man.
That's what James does the same thing. He plays for a little bit, and I can tell he just stops.
Well, it's fucking awful.
It's gotta be like
car, I'm getting off.
It's got to be like 3 to 5 hour sessions. Just
Oh my god,
3 to 5 hours in their day.
James, you're playing RuneScape for like...
Yeah. All you do is drop a wheel in a polisher, and then you have all the time.
Goddamn game, right? I get my fucking like wizard staff, and I'm like casting spells and shit. Like I'm killing dragons, bro. I'm not dying in RuneScape.
He's buying a girlfriend on RuneScape.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
And you're like buying GF, 10K. Prices were cheap back then, so...
No, you definitely have to put in. I think as an already drifter, to put into getting into the simulation stuff is going to be a lot of time. I really wish James would put it in. We bug him all the time. He tried to just sell his wheel not too long ago. I was super mad at him.
I'll try again.
So,
you should
Mandy,
just sell it.
No.
You need to drive your car.
Yeah, G920 for sale.
See, but he doesn't even drive his car.
That's the problem.
$35
That wheel sucks. Sell it and get a better one.
I'm not gonna buy another one. I got James. VR too.
Yeah, he's got everything he needs. James, come over to the house. I want you to try mine. And if you can do it semi, I'm coming over to your house and I'm gonna set yours up.
All right. Or hear me out.
Here we go.
Nope, we're not hearing you out. That's the only option.
Make a deal to trade for a pizza a week for 10 weeks.
No. Nope.
Sounds like a bad deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ain't a great deal.
No, I wish he would play. But yeah, Mandy, honestly, the value, if you hate it, then fucking keep hating it. You know what I mean? That's cool. But there is a lot of value in putting in a little bit of time to get to the point where you disconnect from, you understand that it's fake and it's a learning tool, and then using that, because I know you care about your driving a lot, which is fucking awesome. I wish more people did, like they have like your drive to get better, because it's inspiring. It's inspiring me. I'm fucking drifting stupid. But anyway, if you put the time in and you got comfortable in the simulator, it would teach you a lot, because you get to do the the crazy shit that you don't get to do on the track without without consequences. So you can really
like
get
flipping
doors.
the car and doing
Oh yeah,
backflips.
I just want you to roll
really
around. Yeah. Yeah, but I think it'd be cool. But honestly, if you do hate it, then it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? It's definitely not for everybody. But
Okay, so if she hates
we won't
it,
let James hate it.
No,
Yeah.
James.
James, you can't hate it, James. No, you have to play.
Honestly,
we're hosting an Assetto competition, James. You have to be a part of that.
I didn't know about that till today.
I know, it was a surprise.
Now you know. I also didn't know about it till today, but I'm gonna do it.
I'm such a good. Hey, also James, you can get with Juan because I was playing with Juan yesterday, and he had a car set up that it was set up to suck on purpose. Like it was too low and it didn't drive.
So you could your car.
You could just make it like your car and then get some practice. It'd be fucking perfect.
All right.
Oh, I fucking love it. Jesus.
I'll fit with Juan.
That's funny. No shit. What do you guys think about the current drift scene? So like you're in a different area than us, so we get to see a certain style of kid coming into the drift scene right now, and it's probably a little different up there. But how do you feel about the current drift scene? Anything that like you dislike or that you're really stoked on that is changing? Let's go, Mandy first. Go.
I really hate the like shit talking to hurt people's feelings on the internet from a lot of these new guys.
It's like so
all the time.
And the like clout chasing is really bad.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. It's been like, I feel like in the last year, it's been drastically increased with like the negativity and the clout chasing, at least that I've been seeing, Yeah, that's very true. Coy, what about you?
I kind of am in like a vacuum chamber on the internet of the drifting that I see.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly just like, it seems to be reels.
Yeah.
And then also like the stuff that I follow, like Final Bow, and then like the Australian guys that are really stylish into drifting.
They're fucking killing it.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time. Australia's killing it.
Yeah, it's sick.
Right?
But I mean, like, most of the events that I drive or even attend are strictly like team-based, style-based, or like stylish comps.
Yeah.
So like the only like regular drift days that I've driven the last couple years have been like up at US Air.
Okay, got you.
And, like,
yes, you're kind of No, you're very separated then. So you're kind of like with the team and stuff. You're just focusing all your events, and you're picking and choosing what events you're going to, and you're kind of not around like the normal events. Or
yeah. I mean,
happens.
We drove a couple of the Erie events, and the E36 seems to be popular.
Yes, it is.
And dialing it up does not seem to be very popular over there.
There's like this much wheel gap in all of their cars.
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty funny. No shit. How close is Erie to you guys?
Like 5 hours.
Oh, okay. So it's still a hike. Yeah.
Or like
it's like 4.
It's like 4.5.
Okay.
But trailering and stuff, it's like 5. I think there's 15 tracks within 9 hours of us.
Jesus.
No way. That's insanity.
So we could drive any direction in 9 hours and get to like 15 tracks. It's We're center of everything in the Midwest and the East Coast. Like New Jersey is only 10 hours from us, 9.5, 10.
No shit.
It's nice.
And then we've got like Summit Point and then Mid Pond.
Driven Lux Circuit.
Yeah.
That's the new one, right?
Yeah. I want to make it out there. Looks cool.
That looks really sick. Dang, that's crazy. I'm so bad with like geographic stuff. So like I think of you guys as like being like up, and you're like not really. Like I'm really bad. Like from Pennsylvania, like I have
we're just
I don't even know where I'm at.
I'm south of you, I'm pretty sure.
Like barely.
Southern Ohio.
You would just hop on 70 and just drive to us.
That's so weird. Yeah, I suck at that stuff. That's crazy though. I mean, we've been hearing a lot that the East Coast is like the mecca for track availability. Like talking to some of our West Coast friends, like they're fucked. Like if tracks get shut down, like they have nothing. Like you have like your select big ones, but they don't have like what we have. Like Maryland just popped out with a new little track thing they're doing. You know what I mean? Like super sick. It's like they keep popping up, and it might be not traditional tracks, but drifting as a whole on the East Coast seems to be taking us fucking. It's a storm. It's a big storm coming, which is really cool. But with that comes a lot of new drivers, and that's why I was curious if you've seen, like, we're starting to see like a little bit more of like the takeover culture style kids that are trying to come to the track, which I give props. Like, that's awesome. You know what I mean? I'd rather see them migrate into something like that. But I was just curious how it is up there. Did you guys also see the I just had to like bust this out really quick, that takeover video where it was like 4 black Chargers like doing figure eights and like trying to tandem and stuff?
No.
Yo, it was pretty funny.
Was it around a light pole?
Yeah, 2 light poles, and they're like doing figure eights, and like a couple friends were posting, and they were just like, do we like hate it, or like they're basically getting close to street drifting? You know what I mean?
At least they're not in an intersection.
Yeah,
that is really bad around us. We have this group of people that post on YouTube. They'll shut the interstate down. Like, we have 75 that runs straight through Dayton and Cincinnati, so it's all cities through there. They'll shut the interstate down and do donuts and like hit people and stuff, and barriers.
So ridiculous.
Perfect.
Makes no sense.
What a great time that must be.
It was like a movie, son.
But
yeah, it's gonna be a fucking movie.
They don't really come to the track. We had one guy that with a Challenger. I don't really know if it was like a takeover kid or not, but he came to the track, just automatic Challenger, and like he did pretty well, honestly.
Nice.
I know SMP over in like Riverside area, they have a lot of people that try to show up and just disrespect the track.
That's a shame.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
I think like some of the drag guys at like the Test and Tunes, they have like big heads, and they'll come over and be like, "Oh, I can do this."
Oh,
they always wreck into the
they'll
wall.
spin out.
Really? No shit.
I'll total their car. It's great, honestly.
Oh, yeah, that's wild. I didn't know. I didn't know what kind of area you're in, so I didn't know if it was like pretty big. I've only seen like traces in my like little town of like some kids trying to get, like to do a donut and stuff, but it was like, in parking lots or at Sheets, like in the gas station and stuff. Nothing crazy yet. I haven't like been obstructed, like been driving and all of a sudden been like, well, fuck, like I can't even go down the street because they're doing.
I'd be furious if I came across something like that, like especially like on like a highway like they do out near you guys. I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
What if you like didn't really have anywhere you had to be and you were just like,
here comes James,
right?
Here comes our resident takeover kid, who's the reporter of takeovers.
Yeah, I literally see James jumping on the back of a car with his camera, recording, like his shirt's off.
I can't say I wouldn't record it because I definitely would.
You gotta make the real,
You gotta make the real.
Clearly, you're the real guy. That's for sure.
That is true.
Oh man.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that video though. That blew my mind. Like that it was different. Like they were all still standing around like a bunch of idiots. You know what I mean? Because like,
did anybody get hit?
Fucking dangerous. No, not in the video. It was like one of those things where like I'm watching it. I'm like, I'm still mad, but I'm not. Like.
Right.
Like, the proximity was horrible. The car control was horrible. But like, I was pretty stoked that at least they were off the intersections. You know what I mean? They were like in a parking lot, and they were like doing figure eights, not just donuts and what do they call them? The back rolls or I don't even know.
Rollbacks.
Yeah,
rollbacks.
Like, the terminology and everything.
Oh god.
Yeah.
James is gonna do one of those for sure for real. That is when he's gonna get kicked off.
Catch me tomorrow.
So the funny thing is, I don't know if you guys. He's pretty close. I mean, Animal Style was at a takeover.
Yeah, I saw that that Flash VM video, and I immediately thought, I was like, and they did put a disclaimer before like that whole segment started, saying it was like sanctioned and everything, but it was still a fucking takeover. Like,
yep.
Let's be honest.
Yep. So it was funny because I listened to.
I wanted to know your opinion on that actually.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I like demos. I like demos and stuff like that, but I just don't like the fact that as a coordinator, I don't like people having the ability to get hit by a car. because that's where things get shut down. So I want to see drifting progress, and when people are getting hurt, it just makes it look bad for everybody. So if there was barriers around, you know what I mean? And honestly, the one that they did, if you watch the video, was sanctioned. It was mainly, I think, probably for video stuff. You know what I mean? Like that one wasn't super bad. I just don't like the idea of things that are like progressing that way, that it's becoming like okay for drifters to start doing this stuff. And I don't think it's going to, you know what I mean? Like what they did is so far from like an actual takeover to me. It's fine. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter of having people there without barriers as a coordinator, that's what just bothers me. So like when they're doing like the legal pit stuff and there's like concrete walls and everybody's behind it, go nuts. It's not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? Like when Hoonigan does the stuff, like they're like Barnyard things and like, you know what I mean? Or what was the, not PRI, but what was the one before where they SEMA, when they do that stuff, that's basically a fucking takeover too. You know what I mean? Like
they have one out in like California too that people can go to.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the places where you can go like do heroin shit legally?
So as a heroin addict, I'm okay with it because
this directly correlates. And bring it out. So, safe spaces to do drugs, right? Like you have like illegal whatever fucking drugs you want.
They've done that and it didn't turn out good.
Okay, but they still have them, right? And so they still have like places you can go where you're like, okay, we know people are gonna go like get methed out and shit, right? So we're gonna have this place where we have a good trash can for their needles. Right, so it's like, okay, you know people are gonna do takeovers, so now like, okay, we're gonna make this square here. The other people can go there.
I don't think this is the same.
Yeah, I don't think this is the same at all.
They're getting caught and then leaving. They're not just staying in that one place the entire time.
James's job is to devil's advocate.
Well, yeah.
Somebody in the chat back me up here. This is a valid
point. Nobody's going to back you up, James.
If somebody that's like leaving tires and like taking naps in between like donut sessions, not showering, like
my point is not showering.
Not showering. That's funny.
Oh God.
Yeah, I personally, I think like even the legal stuff, like when they do it, is still stupid. You know what I mean? Like it's just donuts and whatever. Like they should just go to a clinic and learn how to actually drive a car. That would be sick. But to get it off the street and to do it in a safe environment as a coordinator, that's all I care about. They're doing whatever they want to do as long as it doesn't shut down real tracks and really start to target us. That's the big thing, because they don't understand that it's hurting the whole car community, because they're not into the car community. They're into whatever they're doing. And that's the disconnect. And that's the thing that I think bothers me the most, is that like if I'm doing heroin and I'm just like a fake heroin addict, but like there's guys out there that are like, yo, I'm hardcore black. I'm black tar all the way. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to this free clinic. Like that black tar guy is going to be like, yo, this dude's a punk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's such a poser.
Yeah.
His needles are brand new.
Fucking weekend heroin guy.
Yeah. Get back or do smack. I don't know. Whatever.
It's like a point system too for them.
Oh,
like, however close you can get to a car, you get so many points. I don't know what the fuck they win.
That's crazy.
Clout, I guess.
See,
I don't know.
I mean, to me, in my mind, I already just made it a game. Make it where it's barriered off and have like cool shit that you can hit or get close to get points. And if there's like a winner out of that, just
exactly. I was going to go exactly that. What's cooler than hitting people?
or we get
legally hitting people.
You sign a fucking waiver. You go to the legal pit. They're like, fucking
cool
hit me.
The American Coliseum is
right.
Yeah,
burnout.
It's just rollbacks.
Civilians.
That's so funny. Jeez.
It's just a dumbed down version of like Gymkhana is all it is.
Right.
Less driving skills.
I didn't know there
more
was
civilians.
What am I listening to right now? Clint. That's funny. So I didn't know that there was a point system. Is that like a real thing? Like they do that?
Yeah, that's what I heard from somebody. God knows.
I didn't know that.
I don't know anybody that goes to takeover, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, I just want to see
James
everybody.
You're
gonna know James. I would just like.
Or
yeah, he's definitely
I
gonna hit.
wish.
Either.
Oh god.
Those shoes will be lighting up when they fly up.
That's actually why we're giving my car away next week. I'm getting hit this week at a takeover.
I mean, you scared me several times already, James. So with some of your questions you asked, I was like, "What?" But no, yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see like a unity in that kind of stuff where it turned into like a respect for car culture. Where
that's the problem.
There is they don't care. They don't care.
It's all for disrespect.
Yeah.
And it'll never change.
No,
as long as they're getting the attention from it.
Mm-hmm. It's such a shame. I think that is the problem though too. It's the disconnect from car culture. They don't actually care about the cars.
Look at them. They destroy everything.
Yep.
So yeah, they definitely do not give a fuck about their Dodge Charger.
It makes me mad because IS is
23% APR.
Yeah.
yeah, right. It's usually they're stolen, right? I saw GSs, LSs, ISs are starting to get really big into it now. Now they're like spreading out into everything else, and I'm like, don't do that. Did you see that S14 video? That kid that's like, I don't know, some like S14.
Maybe just walks around or just spends his day watching Taker.
No, I have 7.
I'm bad. Like
he's like, you see this video and this video.
It sucks because I run 7 Instagram accounts, so every single time I go on them, it's like the feed is all just random shit. Anyway, let's get off takeovers because James is gonna end up at 1 tonight. That's funny. So I want to talk a little bit about your car setups. So just so anybody listening knows, if they don't know who you are, they can, find out what you're driving and all that. So let's start with Mandy. I want to know, we talked a little bit about your G, then the ISs, and now you're in the 240SX. What's your history like, drift car wise? What did it start as?
An IS 300 and then another IS 300. That was a little bit better. Okay. And then the G37 and the 240. And
the best driving one so far?
The 240.
The 240. Yeah, you like that one. Yeah, that's good. What's your setup like? What's the build on the 240?
It's basically stock. I mean, it's typical 240 build. I have welded knuckles for angle, and then I have ISR Pro arms, and then some GK Tech arms, and that's about it. Okay. And I welded diff.
And that is
SR20.
SR20.
I was gonna say there was another part that you're missing.
Definitely on stock suspension. Definitely.
Oh no, it does have BC Racing coilovers.
You just got those. Yeah, you just.
Yeah, I waited like 3 months to get them, but they're tight. That's the whole reason why I drove the last event, is just so I could drive on those coilovers before the end of the year and see what it felt like versus the Rev 9s that were on there.
Yeah.
Is it a huge difference?
Huge difference. I mean, the car used to do this on transition, and you can see it in pictures. It was so bad. It was just terrible. But it didn't lower the car with the BCs on there, so that was a little unfortunate.
Well,
so it's
she's
the same height.
Forgetting that it's a GT2871R with a RS enthalpy tune on the SR at like 18 pounds.
Girl.
So it's fast. It's not a 260 horsepower 240.
That's funny.
I didn't put any of that stuff in though. That was in there when I got the car, and I don't think that the guy I got it from really knew anything about it either, because I don't know why he would trade me my IS 300 for that.
Oh, that's what you did. You traded straight up.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, it had like it had stock SR injectors with like a tune for like 770 cc injectors.
Hell yeah.
So he was
and it ran like shit.
Yeah, he was just daily driving it, and it literally only had the front brakes.
Oh,
nice.
Wow.
We didn't find that out until we went through and replaced them because we busted brake lines. Like, we had to replace the brake lines and change like the ABS stuff out because it's a Hikis car.
Oh, okay.
And when we got the lines and everything fixed, we were like, oh, this doesn't have rear brakes. Stick. They were just cut off.
That's funny. Just you don't need those.
The lines were just cut. That's
they like blocked it off at the ABS, and like the lines back were like rusted out.
Oh, good.
Damn, that shit's built for burnouts though.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Perfect.
You can do sick takeovers.
Oh, and we're back. Let's talk about it. So, do you want to go to one? No.
The brakes, though, right now, they're just like always on. I don't know. There's an issue. I've had an issue with it all year, so I fought that, and I've never really felt how much horsepower the car has. So it kind of feels slow to me because when I take off, it's just like it's constantly stopped. So I got to figure that out this off season. I replaced calipers, every single line on the car, the master cylinder. So I don't know what it is, but
James has a brake issue too.
I was gonna say you replaced the proportioning valve. That's the only thing I haven't replaced on my other coupe, and it has a fucking brake issue.
I think it's the e-brake or the brake booster. Like the
all
stock
of my
brake.
All of my brakes lock up, and I've replaced everything except the proportioning valve.
That's so weird. Yeah, something's dumb.
I'll look into it.
No shit. So that's cool though.
I didn't look into mine.
But
yeah, you won't. I didn't know it had like a turbo and a tune and stuff. Like I thought it was like bone stock. So that's pretty cool though.
Cody, it runs really like rich. It's a very safe tune.
it likes to die a lot when I'm just.
That's just SR thing.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
idle.
I just hit the gas and then all of a sudden it just dies and I'm like sick.
Man, I sure do love SR20s.
Yeah, that's just
So do I.
Uh,
I think mine was on an RSN Flip B2 when I got it too. And it was just like, turn the boost up till it leans out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm on like 17 PSI. I don't really know. I don't check anything. It just works and I don't question it.
Do you have somebody that like does your tuning and stuff, or it's just like?
No, I sent it out to Martin because it had an RS Sympathy tune. I didn't know what was on there, so I sent it to him. He told me what it was, and I was like, okay, tune it to this.
Gotcha, yeah.
Just so we can see if the car will actually run right. And then it didn't run right, and that didn't fix it. It was the IACV or whatever, the whole valve. That was bad. So, but at least it's tuned now to like not 770 injectors or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it got put in 06 and then dyno tuned in 09. And I think they put the upgraded turbo in at that time too. I have all the paperwork for it.
Do you know what it made back then?
It was 309.
Okay. That's a good number.
Probably on like 10 PSI or something.
Right. Yeah, so you're ripping it. You're shredding. Yeah, good old SR things. We won't get into that debate because I know we have a lot of differing opinions on that.
Me and Coy were planning on fighting about that, actually. So,
yeah.
He just has good luck. That's all it is.
Leave.
He's like, my 1J is so good. I'm like, it's only because you have good luck. It's not the motor.
Definitely don't have good luck. So, I don't know where you got that.
1Js are pretty awesome. Hey, Coy, let's find out about your build. So what are you running? And what was the start? What was your first drift car?
My first drift car?
Oh God.
So I never drifted on a track with it, but it was a 91 Mazda Miata.
Hell
yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was the first car I ever did anything to, so I had race lane coilovers on it, hard top.
Typical Miata things.
Yeah, I just did street stuff with it.
Nice.
And then I traded that car for a S14. It was stock KA, 5
straight up.
Yeah, straight trade.
Wow.
This was 2013.
That makes sense. Okay.
And then I ended up trading that car for an S13 coupe. And then that was a small wheel stock KA car that I drove for a couple years.
God, but let's bring back small wheel cars. I miss them so much.
Yeah, I mean, they work and they're cheap.
And they're cheap. Yep.
But then I wanted to be hot boy. So I got some 18-inch SSRs, the Vienna Courage. They were chrome. And I had a BN blister kit that I bought for it. So I had to build the rear wheels to 18 by 12. I I put like 6.5-inch lips on this thing.
Yeah.
And we painted it. It was all pretty. And then I decided to go KAT.
Okay.
And I was buying China chargers.
Yep.
And it was on a RS enthalpy. But the turbos like kept blowing up. And I would keep losing oil pressure on like 5 different KAs.
Jeez.
So that sucked. I hated the car because of that.
Right.
So I parted it out and I sold it, and I bought another S14 that was tuned on E85 for some reason. It was like a stock KA car with SR injectors with a SAFC Apexi Neo.
Like NA?
Yeah, it was
NAKA?
No
on E85?
KA on
Really?
E85.
Fuck?
No way.
I daily drove that car for a while, and then I put an SR into it, and then I got rear-ended in the car. I didn't have insurance at the time. It buckled the frame, and luckily it was like some Indian guy because it was on the highway. I pull over. I ask him, I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Can we just like part ways since it's your fault?" Yeah.
Hell yeah. They know what's up.
So then I ended up trading that car for the IS300 that I tried to sell to Mandy.
Ooh.
And then I had that car for like 3 years. It was BN and then Vertex and on SSRs and then
Axles.
Yeah, Exels.
That was the best.
I owned 10 total Urus Exels at one time.
Jeez.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now you own none?
And now I own 0. I think I made like $3,000 on them, like total. When I bought them, they were all like trashed. They were like painted black or the chrome was missing.
Yeah.
I got them all chrome powder coated, and I made out selling all those. And then I sold the IS to Mandy.
You sold my IS to Carl and then gave me yours because my IS 300 was shit and it had like
it wasn't shit.
An angle kit and some coilovers on it, basically.
It was just everything that we wanted to do to her car was already done to my car.
Sure.
And I mean, Carl got a deal on that thing because prices skyrocketed after we sold it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we sold her IS. She took over ownership of mine, and then I bought the Cressida, the current car I'm driving. And when I picked it up, it was 7M, but it had a W58 on it. And I drove that around for a little bit, but I wasn't drifting it because I had the IS300. And then I started the build on the Cressida. And every single bushing, ball joint has been replaced on that car. I took the subframes out, the knuckles out, replaced everything with excessive bushings. It's got all KFD adjustable arms in the rear. It's got Fortunato coilovers on it. The front it's still the Cressida suspension. I know a lot of people like to put S13 stuff up there.
Yeah.
But it's still all Cressida. I've got some excessive roll center correction blocks on there. Timmy Lack on the East Coast, he's another Cressida guy. He's the one who made the angle kit. So
okay, nice.
I sent the knuckles to him. He modded them. He extended my lowers for me. And then I took the 7M out because it burned oil like crazy. It was a white car when I got it, and the rear bumper would just be covered in black.
Yeah, just that bad.
So I took that out. As we were buying this house, 4 years ago, some kid was selling a 1JZ for $1,600.
Ooh.
So he could
pay for his divorce.
he was having he was having like a custody battle for his kid or whatever.
Oh man!
Like we're in the middle of closing on this house, so like our funds are like frozen.
Yeah,
we were not supposed to spend anything, but I had the cash. So within like a week or 2 weeks, I bought the Cressida and I bought the 1J.
Nice.
And a house.
Hell yeah.
So then like a year later, I start building this thing and I put the 1J in, and it's stock 1J. It's got a SAFC Apexi on it. With it's like the HKS boost cut thing. And then it's got a automatic trans emulator because it's like an automatic ECU.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, so it gets rid of all that.
Yep.
I wired the car myself. It's super easy to put a 1J in anything. It's like 10 wires that need power. And I mean, it's basically stock. I think I run like 17 PSI on it. And then I have a bunch of Tanabe Revel gauges on the dash that I love.
Nice.
It's got a Thrash Love racing seat, but I think I'm changing that out this year.
That's for sale.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody wants to buy one, it's for sale.
Do you find, do you fit well in that seat?
Oh, yeah.
Thrash? Okay.
I had that seat in the IS300, and there must have been something about the seating position because I hated it. But in the Cressida, it's like super comfy.
Yeah. Nice. Is that the pink one with like the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fluffy.
Yeah, it's super fluffy. Looks pretty cool. I wish I could fit in seats. I hate that. Like, being a big guy sucks and drifting.
I have to put pillows on my back and up underneath like my butt to be able to see or like reach the pedals and stuff. It sucks so much. I need somebody to come out with like a short girl seat.
I'm surprised they didn't. You know it. Like that's kind of like an untapped market.
Booster seat.
Yeah, booster seat.
Take this off the air. We're getting rich.
Yeah, we getting rich right now.
Like Alexis from Drift Kitchen, she's tiny, teeny tiny, and I don't know how she reaches the pedals. Like she's got to be on, like her face has to be on the wheel.
Yeah, and like there's something to be said about proper like seating, like where you're at. Positioning is key to like everything. Like being comfortable. Like wow, yo, let's do it. All right, we're gonna make a seat.
I catch myself like putting my leg up too a lot to catch myself because I move around so much.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
And I need that for my clutch, so that doesn't work out.
Jeez, yeah, that's crazy. Seating is so important. So, Coy, would you do? So you don't see Cressidas that much, you know. I think it's probably just the rarity of just the chassis anywhere. You know what I mean? Like they're not that prominent anymore. And a lot of them, sadly, I know they went away with cash for clunkers back in the day.
Yep.
We lost a lot of good cars to cash for clunkers, so which sucks. People didn't know what they had. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but how do you like the chassis? Like coming from like an S13 into that, how does that feel?
It almost. I mean. A lot of the Cressida guys will get like super nerdy with how they drive and things like that, but the suspension design is really, really similar to 240SX.
That's what I was curious. Yeah.
Because the 240, you know, it's got the two bolts that bolts to the strut. Well, the knuckles kind of like your car, the 8.6, where it's welded to the coil.
Yep.
The same lower control arm design. I mean, it drives like a 240. Like, I'm able to hop into Mandy's car and just rip laps.
Right.
Like it's my own car, basically.
Yeah.
So I love how the car drives. It's
and
just a little heavy.
Yeah. Good old four doors. And then styling-wise, it's neat to see in a sea of the same stuff, you know, all the E36s, Zs, and stuff. It's just neat to see a different chassis. So
yeah. So I forget, it was like a little RC chassis that was JZX 81, and I instantly fell in love with the JZX chassis.
Oh, okay. So you like you're like just a big four-door fan in general?
Yeah.
Two? Yeah.
Like especially like the Yakuza, just like VIP 4-door, low.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
I think.
Now, Mandy, can you jump? Do you ever jump into Koi's car? You ever drive it?
I tried to drive it one time and it was awful.
Just probably also seating
Terrible.
and everything too.
Well,
yeah, I couldn't see anything. The shifter's in a weird spot too, so for a while I was like scared to drive it because it's so nice. I didn't want to break anything, and I was very prone to going off track. I'd get in it now, I think.
Yeah, when she tried to drive it, she had never like driven a turbo car really.
Oh, got you. Yeah, so it's just all around new to you. Yeah.
I've moved it in the driveway a couple times. That's about it. I can't reach the pedals.
Yeah,
at all.
It's on a slider.
Barely. You have
really
to pull
close.
2 wires and then like push yourself forward.
The slider's like too close to like the seat bracket, so the little like metal lift up thing doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to tie like wire around both sides. So you have to lift up both sides to slide it back and forth.
Nice. Yeah. That's funny. If you guys could change chassis and you were able to, this is open budget, like you could just buy whatever the fuck you wanted, what would like be your ultimate drift car? Like what would you pick? Like Mandy, what would you, besides the 240 SX that you have now, you would have unlimited budget to buy another chassis. What chassis would you be in?
A JZX 90.
The Mark II or
the like Chaser.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, do you know, I don't know his name, but he's on Team Gleam. Remember the black
Trace.io.
Yeah, Trace.is.
Yeah.
That one. I love that car so much.
Yeah. Nice.
That car is what made me fall in love with like the JZX.
Yeah. Somebody tried to guess really quick, which is cute because he has a Miata. Miata!
I was trying to win stickers. I was like, we win.
I hated it so much. I owned one of those. They're cool little street cars, but I don't think I could ever drift one.
Yeah.
They do suck.
They suck. Yeah.
They look so good,
Get
though.
a better car.
They
Yeah.
look so good.
Fuck you, Chad.
I almost pulled the trigger on selling both of my cars yesterday.
Why didn't you?
Because there's no way I could sell it fast enough. No. We don't. I don't fuck with that chassis. I mean, it's pretty much an S chassis. I found a really good deal on a 4-door R32, and I was like, it was like not overpriced. It was GTSD. It was nice.
Kaylee giving me high hopes for my Miata. Thank you guys. No.
Kaylee's like, I look up to you, and she's like, fuck Miatas.
Yeah.
It's better than the BMW she used to have. At least you'll drive this car.
I actually am a huge fan of Miatas. I just can't fit in them. So, like I would honestly have one right now. I had 3, I think, total. But every single time I get it, I forget that I'm fucking morbidly obese, and I'm just like, oh, cool. I forgot.
I want to see you drive my car.
Well, honestly, yours was better because you're tall, so you have it set up a little bit better. Like when I took yours for a rip, that wasn't that bad. Yeah, that wasn't as. I mean, I still would be uncomfortable. I'd be out the window to hold it. That's my problem. Is my width. I'm a thick shell. Yeah, Miatas are sick. I like them.
My problem was mine was so rusty, and I think that's why I hate Miatas so much. It's like every time I had to work on it, it sucked because of how rusty it was.
It's funny how we can get bad taste in our mouth about a chassis depending on what like happens to it. You know what I mean? Like, like fuck this thing, and then you just hate all of them because of your little problems. I know how that is. What about you, Koi? What would you buy? What would you get in?
So I was contemplating about getting back into like a S13 coupe when I wrecked my car. But if money was not an issue, I would build a JZX 110.
Mark II?
That's sick.
Yeah, the ones that kind of look like the
Honda Civics
or Corollas.
Fucking Corolla type S's. Those shits are so cool.
And
I love that so much.
Yeah, like the 2003 to 2007 like Corolla S's.
Oh yeah.
I want to make one of those rear wheel drive with like the OEM kit that comes on it. Those things look so good.
Yeah, you don't. I wish I only ever seen one Mark II in the States. It was at 2019's Final Bout Gallery. I walked out into the parking lot and I was like, oh, okay, there's just a fucking
a 110 Mark II?
110 Mark II, silver. I'll never forget it. Just
I think
chilling.
They're all silver.
Yeah, a lot of them. But it was just like incognito, just chilling there. I was like, man, I love these cars. They're so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. At one point, I wanted the Verosa and the Mark IIs as like my cars. Like that's what I wanted. Smuggle another one from Canada.
The Verosa's sick.
When I didn't have a drift car yet, I really liked the JZX 100 Crestas.
Yep.
And I know that's not like anyone's favorite, but
that's everyone's favorite, isn't it? 100
now they're starting to get popular again.
It was always
I thought everybody liked 100
It was always the Chasers and the Mark
always
IIs.
the Chaser. Yeah. Yep. And same with the 90s. It was always the Mark IIs. But there's so many other like cool options. Yeah, that's right. Hells yeah. I love it. Do you guys specifically have any memorable moments from like the start, when you started drifting that like really stand out to you, or together too? Like besides your first tandem, did you ever have any like really cool, like, just moments that you're like, if you stopped drifting right now, you would look back and be like, yo, this one time, like what? I know I have a few, and sadly they involve these jabronis.
What a great team we are.
Yep, we're awesome. But yeah, do you have any like cool, memorable moments that really stood out? I mean, Mandy, it sounds like winning the girls thing. That has to be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
probably one of the top.
I don't win anything, so.
Oh, neither do I. I was surprised, honestly.
No, that's super cool. Yeah, can you think of anything?
I don't know. This last event was the best driving I've ever done, and it was to the point where I was like, man, I'm like on his door. Like, this is sick. And I was like, I could stop drifting right now and be completely fine.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I mean, I was like, I'm good for the rest of the year. I'm just going to live off this one event, because every lap that we went out and did, I was right there every single time.
Yeah.
And it was like everything finally clicked together, which was tight.
Yeah. And then winter break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to forget everything right next year.
That's funny.
Me and Coy didn't get to drive together hardly at all this year either, which sucks because we just built the 240. I think final bout, vibes, and then like one media day is all we did together. Right. So.
Yeah.
What's up,
Daxton in the chat.
Miss you.
Aw. Coy, what about you?
I would say, so we did like special stage, central.
I wish you guys would do East with us. I wish you could do East.
We did
East once. We got rained out.
With you.
Yeah, that was the shitty one, though. I'm saying, yeah, that was. So far, it's been the last one was the only one that didn't rain.
It was hot.
I love that.
You rained part of, sort of.
Because I remember seeing you guys, but like I didn't get to talk to anybody because nobody was around because it was just shitty. You know what I mean? Like everybody's just miserable and hiding in cars and like.
Yep.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. It didn't even feel like anybody was there. Like that was
But no, like they do like what's it called? DDLE limited edition on Sundays after all the special stages up at US Air. And we were driving intermediate reverse for like the first time.
Okay.
And that's like one of the first times she was really like chasing everybody on the team. Terror caught back then and like getting close. And her friend Tori has a video from the lead car of like all of us chasing our buddy Blake. I think that's pretty memorable for me.
That's sick. Yeah, hell yeah. I love those little moments that we can capture. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like a timestamp. Be like, boop, like this was fucking cool. Like I think that's
like we drove when we did drive SSE, there was no media for the second day. Because they only had like 4 grid workers, and we did the carousel or however you say it, and it was like we street drove, the rest of the team trailered, and we were the only ones that had the balls to drive that. Like the entire thing. That was so sick. I wish we had GoPros or something out for it. We have nothing from it other than just the memories of it.
Yeah.
But I want to go back just to do that. Just that one little section. Because it was so much fun. And it's terrifying.
I think that's what it's like when things are fun is when it's terrifying.
Yeah.
There's also like a lot of bad memories we have together.
Yeah.
Like, let's get into that.
That's basically drifting. 90% of it.
Like my van like blowing up
God.
on the way to the first Bloodmasters Invitational.
Oh.
And then so we had to unload everything out of the van, put it in the IS 300, and continue to street drive in the middle of the night in the Pocono Mountains. And I ended up running over like a catalytic converter or something.
Oh my God.
And did you turn around and then get it for scrap? Because I mean, shit, I could have paid for that van maybe.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we had to like pull over, change a wheel out, and then get to the hotel finally. And
Which
then
is
like
still 4 hours from the track.
And then like my first lap out that weekend, I break an axle. So then we have to change the axle.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the way home, I lose an axle. So we had to take it out, and I drove like 4 hours the rest of the way home on throttle, car pulling to the left, off throttle, car ripping me to the right.
Oh God.
And
Sweet.
Yeah, it was a good time.
James knows all about those times.
She was there the whole time.
I was barely into drifting too when that happened. Like I don't even.
That was
my
early.
car was.
Yeah, so she witnessed that and was like, "Yeah, I still want to do
Let's do it. Fuck yeah."
We had like towed with Kevin's truck and trailer with his car on the trailer. And then towed the van through a toll road with the van, trailer, and his car on it.
That's
so like straight through a toll and then parked it at a church.
It was truck, trailer with car on it, tow strap, van, trailer with car on it.
Holy shit!
I do have a video of that. That's gold.
How do they charge that? I mean, if they see the shit, they charge that.
It was like 60. She was like, "We can't do this," and he's like, "Well, I can't back up now. Like, how am I supposed to back this up?"
Yeah, you're fucked.
I think we were charged for like each axle or something.
Yeah,
it was expensive.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I try to tell people that when they're getting into drifting, like, don't.
Just like that's it.
No, unless you really like have it like that's your goal. That's so funny.
Yeah,
I love misery.
I would have a lot more money, and I'd probably be like way better off if I didn't do this.
Yeah, we're a bunch of dummies.
But it's fun. What else would you do? Honestly, what other hobby would you have?
That would be just collecting.
RuneScape.
It is. You have RuneScape.
Yeah, I'd play RuneScape.
Yeah, people are fucking, getting skill capes. What's up?
Oh my god, you guys are funny. Well, no, that's cool. Yeah, it's wild how it all brings us together. I think honestly, one of the best parts about drifting for me, since I've been doing it since forever, is the people. Like getting to interact and find people that are like-minded is really, really rewarding. It reminds me of music when you would like be like, yo, do you listen to, blah, blah, blah? And somebody else is like, they're my favorite band. And you can like bond over that. That's kind of how drifting is all the time now, and we kind of like get excited about like, oh, you like this kind of wheel. Oh, you like, being low, or you like this. It's really neat. And it's just something that's like, I think that's what keeps me involved and invested into it, is that it's ever like growing with the friends list. You know what I mean? You keep meeting new people, because if you didn't, it would get a little stale,
right?
Like you just you feel alone, like I don't know how many people are collecting stamps, so if you would get into that hobby, it might be a little lonely, you know what I mean? But you're gonna have a bunch of money,
so
that's kind of cool.
What seems to be like a really popular hobby was like train sets.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know anybody that does that though.
Scott Hastings.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, he loves that shit.
He loves Japanese trains and all sorts of wild stuff. I have a 5-hour podcast that I never released that was just us talking about Japanese train sets. And it's good. It's fucking good. But I have to maybe I'll reform that.
You can get a friend and just do that. Yeah. But you have to give me the Cressida, and I'm not paying you a dime for it.
See, she's going to keep going.
Yeah. I'm just now in this. You're just
I'm washed up.
You're washed up. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
No, Mandy, you really are. I've watched. It's really cool to watch you progress. You know what I mean? Seeing the videos and like I love every now and then you'll post something being like, this is the closest I've ever gotten to somebody. And it's like really neat to see that progression because I miss that excitement. Like it's really cool to live through other people as they're like gaining the skills and getting the confidence driving and like you're definitely fucking kicking ass. So it's definitely cool to watch. And I'm sure Coy, getting to witness that firsthand is really, really special. You know what I mean? To see her like progress and that's just it's something most people don't get to do. You know what I mean? Like they don't have a significant other that's also into the same stuff. Like that's just super cool. It's very rare, and I'm I'm thankful that I got to meet you guys and we became friends. And what's the future for the team too? I need to know. What are you doing? So we're doing vibes together, right?
Yep. We're doing 2 vibes, right? There's 2 of them.
There's going to be 3.
Locations.
3 now.
Oh, 3? Fucking 3?
What the fuck?
Danny's dropping all sorts of shit on us this week.
I know. This is stuff I didn't know about.
It's like
5 days, right?
Yeah, it's 5 days.
5 days each, yeah.
5 days each event. No, you were Mandy. Weren't you trolling that person? Weren't you like messing with them a little bit?
No, like
somebody was
some
trolling.
People asking me. Yeah. From that post, I had like 3 people ask me and then tell me that you guys were doing it at US Air at Summit Point. Where I don't know where else. I was like, I don't think so.
That's so funny. Yeah, somebody on the internet was having fun. I think somebody booked their Airbnb already. It's like that's awesome, and they posted
it's my
that.
Tent.
Yeah, right. They posted that, and then people were like, "Do you even know if it's going to be at Lake Erie this year?" And like made them question their whole reality of this, and they were like, "Oh my god,
I've made a mistake."
Yeah, it was pretty funny, but no, Vibes is definitely at Lake Erie. We're good to go. There's just one, but yeah, we'll see you. Is that going to be the unveiling of the new look, or no? We're going to have Special Stage East, right? Are you guys? Oh, sorry, not East. Sorry, but are you?
We haven't talked to Simba. We haven't talked to Simba yet, but we would rather drive Central just because like a lot of our friends are up there.
Mm-hmm.
The unveiling is probably going to be like a street league.
Cool.
I think the first round at Kilcare is April.
Okay.
And then they're also doing like a show off event that's like a kind of a media day.
Yeah.
For street league drivers in March, late March. So hopefully we can make that.
Okay.
I don't know. We got to get all the stickers off the car, kind of fix what we have. And then we got to drop them off. Like I said, we're working with RD Customs this year. So we got to drop the cars off there. They're going to paint for us.
Whoa, no wrap, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be
paint.
Yeah.
Damn.
We're going to have a livery, though, so it's going to get covered up with stickers. And then we've got I'm getting some bash bars made. She's going to get her exhaust fixed. And I think we're trying to put a cage in the car for her this year just because it's a Nissan tin can.
Yeah.
I like to hit things too.
Whereas I have a Toyota tank.
You have a tank from the rear wheels and maybe like the towers in between there.
Yeah.
Everything else
not
is
from the headlights front, like from
the
front wheels.
No. I've driven this up onto an SC300. It knocked the motor out of the subframe.
Oh my god.
Because the design, it was like a nut on the bottom and it had come off. And then I did like 5 more laps and my shifter was like going insane. And I was like, what the hell's wrong with this?
Yeah.
And I started fighting with the transmission trying to take it out. And in reality, it was a motor mount.
That's crazy. Yeah, Toyota
been hit a few times.
They love the flimsiest metal from like the rear wheels back. It's so crazy. You can just fold those things.
Okay, but Nissan loves the flimsiest metal all around.
All around,
all over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not pro cage, but I am pro cage. If you feel like you need it for safety, then hell yeah.
I want to put a cage in my car just like to have the opportunity to do like Drift Appalachia stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or like it not be a problem if I were to go over to New Jersey at Englishtown and like, just drive a regular day.
Yeah.
But I just like the cost to put a cage in my car is astronomical to what it is like a S chassis.
Mm-hmm.
And also I have a spare chassis, a spare Cressida that's a lot cleaner than my car.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
on,
yeah.
On my car, the rear speaker deck is all rusted out because some boomer thought putting newspaper in their leaking windshield would fix it.
So, good.
Like, it's holes everywhere.
Good.
So I don't want to put a cage in that.
Yeah.
And I could just put it in the clean car.
Yeah. Yeah, just slowly build that up a little bit. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck right. Yeah, you definitely need to get to... Neither of you have driven Englishtown?
I have.
Okay.
That's where Bloodmasters was.
Oh, that's right. And you...
Yeah.
You got to drive the original... Yep, the front
Yeah,
door.
I got to drive.
We didn't get to drive this year because he wrecked his car.
Yeah.
We drove kart track. We drove the FD course, but we came in the back section.
Yep.
That's how they did it this year too.
Yeah.
And, we drove road course as well.
Yeah, road course is pretty cool. I tell everybody it's great. Like, you know, I mean, you can drive it, of course, solo, but it's one of those things where you're going to do a couple laps solo and be like, okay, well, where's my tandem buddy? You know, like you need to drive it with somebody else.
Yep.
No, that's super sick. Yeah, Englishtown, New Jersey. Anybody that's listening is a pretty wild track. They do a lot of cool shit out there.
Fast and it's bumpy.
Yeah, very bumpy. And if you
James' car would not survive.
Dude, it did. I did 2 years ago when it was brown. It was like an inch lower. That shit was sweet. I mean, it was slow as fuck. But
didn't you say you were like? Didn't you say you could feel it beaching and the wheels spinning up?
Oh yeah. So like you come around, like if you're on like front course race, you come around, hit the first turn, and you're in the middle section. There's like a really big bump right in the middle there. So you're kind of in like a Manji sort of thing right there. And so when you hit that, it just frees everything up.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
She took a video of me driving it, and you can literally see the IF.
I'm like this the entire time.
Yeah.
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 The crazy part too is the Assetto version is so accurate to the bumps and stuff. Like it is really good. So if you want to feel the bumps, jump on Assetto. If you don't,
I'll just go drive it.
Yeah, you do both, because then we can play together. Do you have two sim rigs or just one? You just have one.
No, just one.
It's my sim too.
Oh, fight!
I saw you guys in sim rig. You can have two.
Yeah.
I don't want that Logitech BS.
Dang.
God.
I fucking smoked you. Yeah, that's super cool. I'm excited to see what you guys are doing for next year. I love this time of year when it's like people are like regathering all their stuff and making big changes to like come out hard for the next year. It's sad that people will drive all of 2023 and then just put their car away and not do anything to it, like to clean it up. Right? That'd be nice. But I'm saying
what I'm doing.
The average driver. Yeah, James. No, he made a fucking reel today about me and having a heart attack that he's not doing anything, meaning we need to start doing it. So
yeah,
we got to do some stuff. Honestly,
like 3 months.
He's been working on my car more than anything.
Yeah, wow, what a friend.
No, he's
not gonna touch my car.
Okay, Coy, your car's been in the garage. Your car's been in the garage on stands for like 4 months, not touched.
Yeah.
Yep. The time is now.
I can't even do anything.
I wish it could be more.
I'm gonna have no time to redo everything on my car.
Yeah, you will.
That's the biggest struggle with both of us driving is we don't have enough space. So like we can't work on our stuff at the same time.
Yeah, we have a 2-car garage, but it's filled with like
it's not a 2-car garage anymore.
A press and tire machine.
I'm not working out in the cold either, or in the driveway.
Yeah, I could see that being That's nice. You have like a tire machine and stuff though too. So you got the priorities there. This was really fun. I had a lot of fun with you guys. I did want to, before we, get going here, I did want to ask Mandy specifically. You're our first female driver that's been on the podcast, which is really cool. Do you have any? Yeah, right. Do you have any advice for upcoming, females that want to start, that either want to get into drifting, or they're, they just started drifting, or even that they're currently drifting? Any advice or things that you wish you would have known? You know what I mean? Like when you first started specifically, because I do know that this is something that kind of bothers me, that female drivers tend to either they don't give a fuck and they'll just do whatever they want, or they stick together a little bit, like they only drive female events and whatever, because they feel like they might be judged or something like that, which in my eyes, I feel like is kind of the wrong thing to do, because I feel like they should be out there with everybody, because we're all the fucking same. We're all human, and honestly, if they go to the normal events, they'll get just as much help if they start talking to people, but I know it can be scary. So going back to that, do you have anything that you would tell a new female driver, or somebody, that wants to get into it, that maybe you learned or you saw throughout your course of drifting? Because it's been a while now. What are you on, like 6 years, 4 years? 5 years? That's a lot.
5 years, yeah.
Yeah,
4 years of driving events, like real events.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 5 years. Just go out there and drive. Like, that's the biggest thing. Just get as much seat time as you possibly can. Find these old guys that have been drifting for 14 years and actually know what they're doing, and listen to them. Take their advice. Have them hop in the car with you. Drive with them. But just getting out there and doing everything and taking everything in, learning it, and not just doing it to be cool or because this person does it and this person does it. Like, actually have a passion for driving, and you'll be a good driver as long as you put the time in. It's scary. My first event was Drift Kitchen, because I was too afraid to go out with the guys, because you guys are mean sometimes.
So that's another thing. Well, that's another thing that sucks about the drift scene, is that, and I think it's just humanity is the sexism, and you know what I mean? Like, everybody, honestly, in drifting, it's going back to the SR20 is God's motor debate. It's the whole, like, yeah, look at James fucking flipping us off. But no, we as drifters and just, I think as humans, we always have this like weird fucking, like, what I like is right, what you like is fucking wrong. And then honestly, and that's not the right mentality, but we do it. We have this empowering thing too, where we like build ourselves up into something that we're not. And then anybody that's like, we crush. And sadly, women take the blunt of that. You know what I mean? I feel, because it's kind of an easy target for shallow men. They get
and don't
pick on them.
Like, don't listen to those guys. Don't listen to anybody that's giving you bad advice. Don't listen to anybody that's shit talking you, saying that you're a bad driver. All you do is spin out, like this, that, and the other. Like, because none of it matters. Like, you're the one that's teaching yourself how to do this. You're going to get better every time you go out. You're not going to be good at first. I don't know anybody that's gone out to the track and been good off the rip. And if they are, they're cheating somehow.
It's called sim driving.
Yeah.
For sure cheating.
And, like, don't listen to the internet. The internet is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen, especially in the comments.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. That's probably the best advice, is to fucking go to the track. Don't pay attention to any of the online bullshit.
Yeah.
Like you said, go drive, and then listen to the people that have been into it and that are into it for the right reasons, because they're going to come up to you if you're having a problem and talk to you.
And that goes for everybody. That's not just girls too. That's like new guys getting into it. I see a lot too, that they're scared they're gonna get made fun of, and I'm like, you're not gonna get made fun of. Nobody makes fun of the new guy. I promise you. It may seem like it on the internet, because a lot of people just bullshit with their friends, but nobody makes fun of the new guy.
Right.
Drifting is really the only motorsport where we help each other out, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the track is so different.
It's insane. Once you get out there, there's people coming up like, I'll hop in and teach you a few things, and you don't even know the guy.
Yeah. That's the other thing, though. We also, as humans, love being like, oh, you want my help? Let me help you. You know what I mean? Because we feel like, oh, you feel like empowered, like whatever. So like, I feel like a lot of people will jump right at that opportunity to help somebody. But yeah, just pick the right people. That's definitely good advice.
Yeah. But like, there's definitely times where she gets in her own feelings about like comments that are made or things like that, and especially for females, because they're very emotional creatures. You just kind of have to build up that gall of, this is something I want to do for myself, and you just got to push the comments out and just do it.
No, I mean, it's really cool. Like, honestly, to see her out there ripping, and also, like, you know, just from the internet, I've seen like the bullshit that comes with, and I have a lot of friends that are females that are drivers. You know what I mean? Like, because there's no difference. If you're into cars, you're into cars. It doesn't matter what's between your legs. You know what I mean? Like, fuck yeah, let's just drift. So to see like the internet bullshit that comes up with like the girl, and honestly, most of the hate seems like it's coming from people that aren't even real drivers.
Yeah,
that's what it is. So take that advice of stay off the internet, or just, you know, I mean, be on it, but like, don't listen to what they're saying, because you're out there doing it is really cool.
Yeah,
like,
that's like
it's
the
a
main
lot cooler
thing.
than whoever's commenting.
Exactly.
Like, even if you are going out and spinning out every lap you do, at least you went out there.
Yeah, they're literally sitting on their mom's couch playing Car X.
Right.
Which, nothing wrong with that, but they're talking shit on somebody that's actually drifting. So yeah, no, that's a good takeaway. And yeah, especially for the girls. Like,
I do enjoy the all girls events too, to get a lot of new people out there, because you'll see it'll be their first or second event, and it's not always all girl events. It's usually like once a year, where they'll have it at like different areas, which is pretty cool to bring more people around.
I'm a super huge advocate for the all girl stuff too. Like, I think it's great. Like, it's great for the community. It's great for drifting in general. But I just meant in you know,
it's nice to get out with the guys.
That's what I was curious. I wanted to know like, your opinion on it.
They know more than we do. Like, that's just facts. They've been
women. Listen
driving. You guys have been driving. Not all of you. Some of you guys are stupid, but
90% are stupid. We're all fucking stupid.
But there is more guy drivers, obviously, that know what they're doing, that have been driving a lot longer. I mean, there's probably only like 3 or 4 girl drivers in the U.S. that have been driving for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
If they even still drive to this day.
Yeah, the statistics are on the guy side for experience.
Yeah.
For longevity. That makes sense. Yeah. Because there's
I think all girl events are cool to like go out there and hang out with your friends, and then like get out for the first time. But just driving those, you're not going to learn a whole lot.
That's what I was curious, because I see a lot of girls that stick to just the all girl stuff, and I feel like they're just missing out on so much seat time. And if they can get past that breaking point, that I might be judged, or, you know what I mean, people are going to be like dicks to me. I think that's what they need to break, that stigma, and just get out there and fucking drive, and realize that we're all here to see you progress. Like, I'm stoked. Honestly, I have this weird thing where I want more girl drivers to be destroying like guy drivers. I don't know why. It's empowering.
Yeah.
Empowering. And when I watch like the Japanese drifting stuff, like Kira, I think her name is. But like, you watch them slay, and I'm just like, and maybe it's just because I grew up with just a mom, no dad figure. I'm just like, fuck yeah, like, get it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see more girls progress and just get more aggressive and shit. And the cool thing is, I think it's slowly coming around, and people like you, Mandy, you're part of this movement. You're part of that growth. But like, look at the West Coast with like the chick flicks girls.
Yes, I love them. They're awesome.
They're
so good.
They're slaying it, and that's what we need to see more of, is that like that level of, because, you know, like when most guys, depending on their sexism levels, but when they watch like a girl slay, they're like, oh, that's cool. But like, if it's a fucking the same car and a dude's ripping it, they're like stoked on that. But like, we need that in the female area. We need the girls slaying that are inspiring and getting these other girls like super hyped to bring them out. So
yeah,
I don't know where I was going with it.
Like, this year, what me and my friend Grace and Deidre are doing is we're running an all girls event during the day. So like early in the day, but at night and Saturday or whatever, whichever date it is, it's going to be a mix. So we'll have in the morning, we'll run the all girls drift event. And then later on, they get to drive with the guys doing like the normal layout and everything, which kind of like moves people into just run regular events. Yeah,
for sure.
That's a great idea.
That is a great idea. And that's like, you're doing that, right? You in a group? Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
me, Grace, and Deidre. Just
Sick.
local track stuff.
Yeah. So make sure if you're watching this, you can add. She has her at 240s at 240sx underscore MANDY Mandy. I'm sure she'll be posting some information about that. So if you're a girl and in the local area, that's Killcare in what area?
Xenia,
Southern Ohio.
Southern Ohio. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Check that out. Or even if you have to travel a little bit, but no, definitely.
Yeah, and it'll be a 2-day. It'll end up being like a 2-day event, but not the all girls thing. It's only going to be during the day on the first day. So
no, that's super
traveling
cool.
would be worth it to drive 2 days, and you could drive with your boyfriend the second day or that night, which would be sick.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, again, not a lot of people get to do that. So
yeah, because we used to have Drift Kitchen come out every year, which was really cool, and then they're staying mainly up in like your guys' area now.
Yeah, yep. Big supporter of the Drift Kitchen girls. They're all friends, and they've been nothing but awesome to me. And yeah, they're good. They're a positive, like, outlook on drifting and especially to inspiring girls. But I was always curious how you felt about that stuff too, with like just the girls starting out and just how they stay sometimes with that. It's neat to hear that you're saying, no, just get out there and fucking drive.
Yeah, because the only progression you're going to get is if you drive with other people, always.
Yeah.
I mean, if you drive with the same person every single time, you're only going to be as good as they are eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I drive with Chad.
That's it.
This year, I've only ever been pretty much behind you.
It's true.
I can't catch Rich because he's a fucking race car. So...
it's
just been. So I aspire to be as good as Chad.
Not James.
That's not.
James.
I think we did laps one time this year. That was at SSE.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, pretty much. That's so weird. We're in the trains though. Like we're in together, but I'm never close to him. He's always like two apart or something like that. It's funny.
I watched you do solo laps at SS or at Final Bout. I mean, you were behind them, but it was basically.
Oh yeah. All solo laps. That's all I really.
He's stunting. Hey, thank you guys so much for coming on. I want to give you guys a little bit of a chance to, and I say, guys, of course, non-sexist, but that's just my thing.
Sexist bastard.
I'm very sexist. Look at me.
Jesus.
So I want to give you guys a chance to shout anything out or plug anything. So. Mandy, you talked about an event coming up. Do you have anything else going on?
No, I don't think so.
Anybody that you want to shout out?
Coy.
I love it. That's so cool. Aw, you guys are cute.
I think my mom's still in here. I don't know. She probably went to bed.
Shout out, Mom.
So thanks for spending time, I guess.
Aw, that's cute. What about you, Coy? You got any shout outs?
Yeah, I'm going to shout out Luna because I miss you right now. I'm gonna shout out Ian because he's not here and he's up in Michigan doing union lineman work out in the freezing cold. Yeah, buying Porsches and all that.
Sounds like a pretty fun time.
Right. Yeah, miss you. It'll be nice to see you when the driving season starts up again. And then I'll also shout out RD Customs Ohio because they decided to take me and Mandy on this year and help us out here and there. So it should be a good year for both of us.
Excited to see the new cars.
Yeah. And if it, he took me through the shop. If you need a stance car built, an old rat rod, anything, he can do it. Paint, cage fabrication, bash bars. You name it. He's very meticulous with his work. His wiring is super clean. So,
cool.
RD Customs Ohio, if you're in the area.
Yeah, nice hat, boy.
I was going to say the same thing. So, also, you guys have merch for sale?
Yep. www.autoshopdefeat.us. We've got some stickers up there. We've got these hats and I think some shirts and some rain jackets might be in the works. So.
Oh, sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It'll probably be more towards like the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
That stuff comes out.
Yeah. If you're listening on any of the streaming services, make sure to support our guests. Make sure to support drifting in general. support the right people. That's what we got to do. So,
Yep.
We thank you again. Do you have anything that you want to touch on? Anything you want to bring up? Just SR20 is God's motor.
1JZ is best.
Yeah.
There we go.
Get
Also-
it.
Patches cooler than goop.
Also,
Oh man, James is gonna kill you for that one.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna purposely turn my computer off this time.
I'm gonna shout out Final Bout
All right.
because that's what's
That's your
me
goals.
doing. Yeah,
Right? Yep. Yeah. Fuck
everybody.
yeah.
If you're into drifting and you don't know what Final Bow is, look it up.
Hell yeah.
That's the idealism for me. It's the
No
stylish drifting. So
Yeah.
Pinnacle.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I love to hear it. Well, everybody in the chat, thank you for hanging out with us. This is really fun. Everybody that's going to be listening to this in the future, thank you for listening and sticking around. And make sure you follow them. Auto Shop Defeat, I think it's just Instagram at Auto Shop Defeat, correct?
Yep.
Yep, pretty simple. So give them a follow. I'm sure you can find their personal pages off of that as well. I'm sure there's tags and stuff. And continue to progress is what I'm taking away from this. Mandy's got me inspired with some progression and your self-driving, and Coy with the style bits, which I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do. I'm really excited. So matching cars?
Yeah.
All of them?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sick.
All of them.
All right, good. Yeah,
Finally.
we're excited to see it. So, yep, everybody stick around. I'm going to play the outro. But again, thanks so much. And yeah, Chad, James, you got anything to say?
I'm fucking tired, bro.
Bye. Yeah, no, bye.
Good night, everybody. Yep, we'll see you next Thursday.
Gang signs.